Hey, Miami sports fans. Stop by Caneswear today at 2655 South University Drive in Davie, Florida. And check out their awesome merchandise selection of your favorite South Florida sports teams. From the Miami Dolphins, Hurricanes, Heat, Marlins, Florida Panthers, and Inter Miami, they've got it all. Celebrate your favorite team and show off your fandom with their beautiful team starter jackets, killer-looking helmets, team jerseys, cool shirts, and more. And if you're out of town or out of state, no worries. Go to Caneswear.com and find everything they have on their site. Select what you want, and they will ship your gear to you. Anything over $99 is shipped for free. Don't wait. Stop at Caneswear today.
Traffic, but I love you.
Ahora de Cuba la Bella, del Palacio de los Jugos,
los chicharrones.
Los vecinos aquí se enteran de todo.
Mi vecina es la CDR en Cuba.
Y en verdad no hay nothing that you can do. Chacleteras sin llames con corbata.
Aquí yo vendo hot dog, pero en Cuba yo era médico.
Les saco el dedo y digo Q.
Sweet home Hialeah. Solo 30 minutos de Le Bayo.
Oh,
sweet home Hialeah. I hate your traffic, but I love you.
All right. Hello, everybody, and welcome to a special edition of East 10th Street Boys straight out of Hialeah. Well, actually, Nashville and Philadelphia.
Yeah,
right?
I'm closer to you. I'm closer to you now.
Not too far apart. But special edition of East 10th Street Boys. We are covering the first round of the NBA draft. We got live reaction and coverage. And it's I mean, since yesterday, news has been coming in. We just got news now. First off, everyone tuning in right now, Twitter, YouTube. We got 55 people watching just to start us off.
Welcome aboard.
Damn cool. Breaking news with the Heat. Jimmy Butler. Well, first off, Bam Adebayo signs a big extension, 55 plus million a year.
Yeah, 3 years, 166.
3-year deal. Awesome deal for Miami. But Jimmy Butler, Shams from at Stadium, it looks like here on their live feed, he says, I'm told Jimmy Butler will not be signing an extension with the Heat or any other team ahead of his opt-out in 2025 free agency. There's so much going on. Obviously, Atlanta has that first pick, but this seems such a vital offseason, an important offseason for the Heat. We wonder what's going to happen with Tyler Hero, Duncan Robinson. Then we wonder about Jimmy Butler. Will he sign an extension? No, he won't, according to Shams. Alex, first off, how the hell are you? And then what is your reaction to that report?
I'm a little tired, man, but excited now that the draft has started. So before the first pick is announced, just the reaction on Jimmy. It's kind of a win-win to me, realistically, because this is kind of what Pat Riley was alluding to. This is honestly best case scenario for the Heat organization. They're not obliged to do this extension and basically guarantee 3 years more or 2 extra years, because now Jimmy's basically on a 1-year contract. He's going to try to outperform it, what he's done before. He's going to be on the court. And does it open possibilities for any trade scenarios this offseason? Yes. Do I think he's going to get traded? No, but it's still intriguing. The whole Paul George situation with the Clippers. Does Jimmy want to go out to the Clippers? He says he's happy here in Miami, and he's every action says that. Nothing says otherwise. So I'm not going to start speculating what organization might try to acquire him. Obviously, I love the way when they openly tamper and they're saying like, oh, other organizations have had conversations with Jimmy Butler. That's tampering. The guy's on the contract. You can't talk to him. So these technicalities of tampering.
Yeah.
Yeah,
When you see
of
where they
course.
go, Philadelphia is willing to give the max
Yeah,
deal
of course.
to Jimmy Butler
It's like-
if a trade could be hit. It's like you're
Where's the tampering police? Where's the tampering police? But
we
realistically, Bobby, this is gonna happen where he controls his destination. And when Pat Riley said what he said in the offseason and kind of pushed Jimmy there to the point of calling him out, quote unquote, this is exactly what you expected. And a lot of people expected Jimmy to not want to play under a 1-year contract. But the competitor within, when you ignite that fire, this is going to bring out the best in him, the best in the organization. And then next year, if it's worth it for him and you, then you agree to the multi-year extension. There's no issue with that. So this by no means that this is Jimmy's last year in the Heat. This is just a precursor of results will determine where that leads.
Absolutely. We are waiting. The Atlanta Hawks are on the clock. Looks like, the clock is still ticking there, waiting on that first pick. Roj reporting that they're still deciding on who to take, but there's a name out there, but we'll wait on that in regards to Roj's reporting. He's not reported anything in regards of solidifying.
No.
But just saying that they're leading a certain way. Again, you guys are watching East Century Boys on the Finstock Sports Network, FTSN. We appreciate you all tuning in. Bam Adebayo getting himself a max contract today, Alex. Man, talk to me, brother. You know, do you love it? Do you hate it? Talk to me. What do you think of that?
I mean, I love it. It was just a formality at this point. We've talked about this, and in one of our shows, literally when the season was over, we were mentioning how Bam's going to get his extension before Jimmy, and rightfully so. Bam is your present and your future. So you're going to lock him up if you can, obviously this year, where it kind of played to Miami's benefit, where he didn't make all NBA team and all that. So the price tag was a little smaller, but he's still going to get that guaranteed money for himself. So you knew he was going to sign that extension. Some players are holding off, like De'Aaron Fox in Sacramento. He held off that extra extension just to see where the franchise is heading, which De'Aaron Fox is another possible partner for Bam down the line if the Donovan Mitchell situation doesn't get cleared up. Donovan Mitchell hasn't signed his extension. So there's a lot of things hanging out in this offseason. And I do expect some surprise trades where Utah might try to move up. There's going to be some shakeups here in the top 10 picks in the draft. And then that will determine what we do, honestly, even if we move up.
And that's the thing. The Heat are rumored. There are reports that the Heat are looking to possibly move up. And we have to believe that really, truly depends on who is available.
Correct.
Let me go ahead here and look at something. All right. Looks like the pick is in for the Atlanta Hawks. They will stay put at number 1. And Shams is reporting on who they've taken. What do you think, Alex? Do you think we should just talk about it, or should we wait until ESPN announces it?
I mean, it's the best hidden secret right now. After we knew Alex Zara wasn't going, so it's the most overall talented player probably in the draft with the highest upside. So let's go. Zachary Rossachir out of France. Okay, there you go.
Going number 1 to the Atlanta Hawks. Mm-hmm. He is 6'9", 195 pounds, only 19 years old. Alex averaged 11 points a game, 38 and a half at a 3-pointer, 4 rebounds, and then a 0.9 assist. What do you think of this pick for Atlanta, who's maybe looking to kind of rebuild with moving? Reports are they're looking to try to trade out DeJounte Murray and Trae Young. What do you think of this pick?
They either have to move one or both. If you're going to go into full rebuild mode, you got to go either one or both. But it's for them, it's a home run pick. I don't personally think. First of all, I don't personally with Alex Zara. He's going to be a reliable big man, and he's going to continue to bulk up. But I don't see the talent like a Wembanyama, where it's a for sure bona fide superstar. So I rather go this route. If I'm their GM, I go this route. He's going to be one of my pieces. I'll try. You're probably going to get a bigger return on DeJounte Murray if you move him. And I would try to build around him and Young and then rebuild my front court. But I think it's a home run pick. He has all the tools. He's going to continue to grow. He's only 19. He's going to put on weight. He's going to mature. He's going to continue to develop. And he's an all-around player. That's what they need.
And it's like a high risk, high reward type of situation, especially with the number 1 pick, because there's no bona fide number 1 guy. There was no one you could say this guy was going to be the number 1 pick. We knew Wembanyama was going to be the pick last year. That wasn't a mystery. We knew that would be the pick. this year you didn't know who was going to be the number one pick. It was really based off your taste or the Hawks' taste and the player they wanted. They decided to go with Rozier from France here to pair with whoever they decide to keep.
And I'm saying this is the year, like, I'm not going to compare it to the Anthony Bennett draft year, but this is the year that you really don't want the first overall pick. Because
that's my thing.
I can argue any player that's going to go top 10 could be, obviously, right now they're going to be more advanced and they're going to be ready to play. For example, Reed Shepherd's going to be more successful this year than maybe Rozier, even if he gets playing time. But just on talent alone, just on development, obviously he's your number one overall player, talent-wise. But I can argue any top 10 pick this year could be a bona fide star years down the line. Like this year, this draft is going to be more role players. You don't see any superstar here, but there is maybe 3 or 4 players that you have superb talent, and they have the game to go with it.
Now, true too, the France now has had 2 players back-to-back years go number 1.
Yes.
And there's more players from France who are to be picked as it goes along.
That France national team is nice. As they get out, that's going to be a nice team.
Olympics are going to be fun this year. It's going to be a lot of fun when the Olympics start up. Now, Washington is on the clock. We'll wait on them unless the pick, of course, is moved.
What do you think here, Bob? Do you think Houston for sure is going Reed Shepherd? I don't think he dropped. I mean, San Antonio hopes he drops. If not, I got them going Castle. And I don't see Houston going Castle unless they're going to move. Houston's an intriguing part because Houston is acquiring draft capital to maneuver and trying to acquire. So you don't know if this pick eventually even could be part of a move down the line. But they're in that in between. But you see, with those teams, what scared me sometimes is like they have a young core they're going to develop, but sometimes they make the wrong move and they set themselves back a few years. That's why you got to be very careful with those tweeners. Like you have to make sure it's the right move at the right time because it could set back your franchise chemistry-wise. But and speaking about chemistry, I'll throw it in there. The moves, I know we'll talk about it a little bit later, that the Knicks are making. I really like them in regards to chemistry is not going to be an issue because they all play together at Villanova. So you might as well call them the Villanova Knicks because you got only a few players that are not there.
This is another, again, I think 1 through 4 is going to be kind of a toss-up, especially, like you were saying with Houston. Washington, this might be where Alex Sarr goes.
I mean, honestly, like I said, even
or
between
Klingon,
Sarr,
Donovan Klingon.
You can go that route. You can go that route.
Craig?
And I would still not be surprised if they could trade down a little bit. If maybe they trade down to 4 or whatnot. If someone wants Reed Shepherd, to me, Reed Shepherd might be the highest upside of this draft, a high impact player right away because he's NBA ready.
Well, it's like kind of like we talked about with Jaime last year.
Yes.
There are certain, you want players who could contribute right away. They're not going to be projects. Reed Shepherd is one of those type of players. So, and again, he's not going to blow it up, and be that guy, but he's definitely going to give you some legitimate minutes on the court going into next season. We'll see who goes number 2 here. Yeah, it's true. Everybody's reacting. Okay, there we go. Number 2 pick I just saw. Man, Houston stacking up picks. Adrian Wojnarowski. As intrigued as the Rockets have been about Durant, they're determined to use the Suns picks to be aggressive on deals elsewhere right now. Phoenix has made it clear that they want to run it back with this group, and Houston is seeking a major upgrade now. They don't want to wait. And the pick is in. The pick is announced here from Shams. We will wait on that. Let's see here. And again, it's okay. So see where they're going here, and I can't see no wrong with it.
No, I mean the Wizards are they have young guards, so there should be, and they just traded like I mentioned to you, off camera, they traded back into the lottery. They're drafting at 14.
Yes.
So they got two out of the first 14 picks. So they're probably going to go with Sarr here, and then they're going to go wing,
Yeah.
athletic wing at 14.
Yeah, the pick is Alex Sarr.
Alex Sarr? Okay.
Alex Sarr is the pick. Put this here. Let's see.
They might even go for Ron Holland. If he
Another
drops.
France pick.
Yeah.
You know? And Craig asked, should we and do we keep Butler? What's crazy about this? What's crazy about this, Craig, at least for me, is that he is going on to a contract year now. Is that right, Alex? Or is it 2 years?
He has one guaranteed year and a player option, but it's really
he could opt out
after
next season.
He could opt out after next year, and he will opt
out. So next year we could get a determined chip on his shoulder, Jimmy Butler, who's trying to show that he's worth the money that he would make. Do we keep him? I believe we do. Do the Heat, I think, listen to a few offers? If there's a good offer, maybe. But I can't see Jimmy leaving yet. But I think that this is a gamble right now. Not just for the Heat, but because you could lose him for nothing, but also for Jimmy because you don't assign an extension. The complaint has been you don't play every game. You only played 50 some odd games. Pat Riley called you out. How many games do you play this season? And how well do you play going into the playoffs? That way you have a team like Philadelphia or Miami or whomever who may be willing to pay the big money for you.
Correct. And you come to a situation people think of for the player standpoint. Obviously, from the player standpoint, if he gets hurt or has any career-threatening injury, he's going to opt into his player option. So he has at least that guaranteed $52 million next year. If he plays out of his mind and he earns the right for the extension, this is not to say that the Heat won't give him that extension. They will, but it also gives them the flexibility to move on, even if you do lose Jimmy for nothing. These are one of the players that I don't mind losing for nothing because you're negotiating with a player. Obviously, if he requests a trade, you're going to move him. I'm pretty sure that his agent will handle it with the front office. If there's a situation, I don't foresee a mid-season trade, kind of those trade deadline moves. I don't see that happening with that. It's either in the offseason or he's going to play out his deal and then they'll revisit it next year. But I like the flexibility. Even if you lose him for nothing, I do like the flexibility that Miami doesn't tie itself down salary cap-wise for the following 2 years after that, because then you're probably already there in Bam's window, and you're going to build around Bam with whatever else you do this offseason. So it's an intriguing option, and it's a risk for both parties. It really is. So we'll see.
Again, Alex Sarr, now a Washington Wizard, a center, 6'12", 7 feet tall, 7 foot tall, 224, only 19 years old, 9.6 points a game, 4.5 rebounds, 1.5 blocks, and an assist. Athletic finisher going to the Wizards. Again, these picks, this is a make or break. This is truly like a scratch off. You go to the store, you buy a scratch off.
Exactly.
You hope that you're going to hit on a number. There's no for sure guy here.
Here's where it gets fun. Here, 4, 5, 6.
Yeah. Reed Shepherd, Donovan Clingan right here. Makes a lot of sense. As you said, Reed Shepherd makes a lot of sense for the Houston Rockets. Yeah. I know our friend Mike Brown.
He doesn't want Reed? He doesn't want Reed Shepherd?
He wants Reed.
Who does he want, Clingan?
I'm not sure what he wanted, but, it's a strong feel in there.
Well, they have some concerns with Singoni. How do you say? I always forget to say his last name. Alvaro Singoni, their center, or Sigoni. I don't know how to say his last name.
But I think, like you were saying about Reed, again, this is a player who he is going to give you some viable minutes right away. You're not going to get a guy who you're like, oh, he just needs to develop. He needs to. No. They all need to develop, but you're going to get a guy who's going to, hit those clutch shots. He has that clutch gene. And like you said, he could have been the number one pick. And that would have been okay.
He could have arguably been the number one pick. I believe San Antonio, if San Antonio had the number one overall pick, they would have picked Reed Shepherd. And hopefully they're praying that he falls to him at 4. Because he is your point. He's an athletic scorer. He can score in 3 levels. And he's the best shooter in this draft. And he has the highest the vertical leap. He has a 42-inch vertical leap recorded in this combine. So I'm telling you, for the younger audience, and I know some of our older audience can attest to this. He plays like Rex Chapman. And even Rex Chapman was a little bit more athletic, more of a bucket getter. But I would say Shepard is probably a better shooter than Rex Chapman.
Yeah.
He has a little Tyler Hero in him, but he's a little bit stronger than Tyler Hero. He's a little bit more athletic than Tyler Hero.
Well, there's some good, like if the Heat had traded, and there's still a chance they could, if the Heat had before the draft, or maybe during the draft, if they trade Tyler Hero and Duncan or Duncan, then this is the draft to do that, because there are guys in this draft that, they're probably not on the level as a Tyler Hero, but they could totally make up for the shooting and everything else.
Absolutely.
Houston made their pick. The pick is in, and Alex is hit. It's Reed Shepard going to the Houston Rockets at 3. And San Antonio now on the clock. This is going to be very interesting because San Antonio.
And Houston is set up with picks too, bro. Houston is set up with picks as well.
Yeah, they are. But I think the San Antonio pick's the one that sets up this draft, because now, it kind of plays out a little bit.
Exactly. They might go Castle. I think, or Buzelis. I probably. Oh man.
Do they go with another big? Do they go Klingon from UConn?
Oh man,
think about that. Him and Wembanyama, but Stephen Castle makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
The kid out of Ignite, Matas Bazelis.
Yes.
6'9".
I think Detroit. If Klingman is there at 5, I think Detroit's going to take him, but because they're going to move from Wiseman.
Georgette, what's up, girl? Georgette tuning in as always. Always great to see her. Her Philadelphia 76ers. I think they have a pick tonight.
I'm in your hometown today.
That's right. Yes. Oh, there you go. It's the 16th pick. Yes, Alex and his family are in Philadelphia.
Yes,
they are in Philadelphia. So right around the corner. There you go. Reed Shepard off the board goes to the Houston Rockets.
I was saying this is such a cool moment, bro. Like when you see, and obviously you do the same thing with the NFL draft. And I was talking to my son and to my wife and my daughter today about. We actually went to the specifics where this changes your life, not monetarily. Obviously, it's going to change your life, but all your hard work is incredible. Where in a second, it's an instant reward, because it doesn't really matter where you end up. Obviously, there's some organizations that you prefer for your continued development and growth, but it doesn't matter where you end up. Your lifelong goal is achieved. Your dream has become a reality with just one name call, and it's your own name. And to me, it's the most gratifying, where your life changes the moment they call your name, and that's the epitome of it.
And it's gratifying, obviously, for the young man who gets drafted.
Yes.
Obviously, it's gratifying for the parents. As you guys, like for instance, you think of you and your wife with your son, you guys going traveling to the games and supporting him. And I think about those parents that did that all through these years, and then you hear your son's name is called.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's a moment.
He has a little Reed Shepard in him, right?
He has a little
I
believe
Reed Shepard.
I believe it. I can see it happen. I can see it. But now it's true. It made me think back of Dwayne Wade's Hall of Fame speech.
Oh, that was beautiful, bro. To me, that's that's the most
it's so
precious.
True. It's like,
this one's for you, Dad.
We're going into the Hall of Fame. We share a name. Blah blah blah. But it's the hard work, because it's not just. It is the players. The young men do put in the work. They get better. They dedicate to the game.
And hey, you got a great one, because Maxey, I was vouching for Maxey left and right.
Yes.
I understood. You see, this is when the Heat, I think, stopped. This is when the Heat solidified that they're not drafting for needs anymore. They went with Precious. They should have gone with Maxey, because Maxey was the best player available at that time. But
I think the Heat go now for people who are ready to play, and who could be an impact right away for their team. I saw somebody say today, hopefully this is the year Miami doesn't do that anymore. Are you kidding me?
No, man.
Are you serious? Like Jaime, you make Jaime's like a fit. Get out of here.
But now you're seeing that more teams, even New York went in. Obviously, they're going to be an apron team, but you see now the roster construction, how delicate people are handling situations where this offseason a lot of franchises are resetting their books, because they have high payrolls with less successful teams, and it doesn't justify the amount of taxes you're paying. And not only monetary ramifications, you're talking about the transaction ramifications where you can sign buyout candidates, you can aggregate salaries to complete a trade. So there's a lot of careful situations that teams are monitoring now and getting it right. And they're gonna build through the draft. They're gonna build through undrafted free agencies and developing players. So the staffs are gonna be different. If you notice, there's a lot of emphasis in assistant coaches that are developmental specialists because of that. So it's a moment where the NBA is kind of shifting, not only physically and the style of play and the style of player, the anatomy of the player, but also franchises, philosophical designs.
Let me just say, in regards to the Spurs pick, we're waiting for that pick right now. It's not in yet.
Okay.
They're still in the clock. But we were talking about Matas Baselis.
Yes.
Obviously, there was reports that the Spurs did like Rosa Shear. Obviously, he went number one. Baselis is a point forward. He could play a guard. He could be the focal. He could handle the ball, but you could also put him at the 4 with Wembanyama. He's 6'10".
Yeah.
It would make a lot of sense for him to be the pick. Again, Donovan Clingan is a special player. I like Donovan Clingan.
But I would take Baselis.
But I think Baselis
better.
It's with San Antonio. He seems like a San Antonio type of pick. And
probably in San Antonio, there's going to be a veteran player or a disgruntled star that's going to want to go to San Antonio. San Antonio is going to contend this year. They're going to make the playoffs this year.
I think a veteran, like not even like a superstar, but a veteran player who hasn't won a ring, that could probably make, you think, I'm not saying Jimmy himself, but a player like a Jimmy who is a superstar.
No, of course.
Probably towards, who wants it. That makes that type of move. A Paul George, even though I think Orlando's in on that. Klay Thompson makes a lot of sense, even though, again, Orlando, I think Orlando's is like San Antonio. They're just a couple good veteran players away from being true contenders.
You know what's gonna be funny? I mean, they're still gonna get a player because they have a max contract available. The Sixers are kind of running out of options in regards to who they're gonna sign.
Don't suck up to the Sixers fans because you're in Philly, Georgette watching.
They're gonna end up overpaying for Klay Thompson just because they got the money to spend. But honestly, what I think the Sixers should do, if they had struck out on Paul George in a Jimmy Butler pursuit or even a Donovan Mitchell, whatever the case may be, whoever they're pursuing, they should divide.
Just say it, Alex. Joel Embiid.
No.
Maxey, what do you got?
they should divide all that cap space and get 2 or 3 players that could be role players for them and play through Maxey and Embiid. That's your core. You don't need a third superstar.
And hey, very quick. First, here we go.
Pick is in? Okay.
Pick is in.
All right,
I want to
see
say first off, I do want to say, Alex, we haven't talked about this. We're waiting on that pick.
Yes.
But Florida Panthers, congratulations.
Yes.
They what a game, dude. I was at the edge of my seat holding my breath. It was like to the last thing.
What an ending,
I don't know if you saw the video or not of me and Tristan outside.
Yes, I saw you guys.
A tribute to East 10th Street and 49th Street and Bird Road, But anyway, and again, right now we're at 94 viewers between YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, Facebook. Appreciate everyone watching right now. Thank you for joining us on our coverage reaction show of the NBA draft, the first round. Here's the pick. Pick is in, and it is Stephon Castle.
Stephon Castle, you see?
Stephon Castle out of UConn, 6'6", 210 pounds. He's got that dog in him. We talked about that, man.
Yep.
I like this pick. I like this pick a lot, and that tells you they over here, the Ringer has some from Kevin O'Connor. He does great work. He says shades of Andre Iguodala, and I think a little bit of a poor man's Kawhi Leonard.
You see, now the situation with Detroit. I wouldn't even go for Klingman. I would go for Baselis because, man.
The thing is, you
got Cunningham.
Don't they have? You have Dante. But what about let's look at their roster because this is where it kind of gets. Let me see Detroit. Because don't they have a good bigs already?
They're gonna move from Wiseman. I think Wiseman.
They got Wiseman. They got Jalen Duran.
You got Jalen Duran. So that's why Klingman doesn't make too much sense.
They drafted Asir Thompson, Isaiah Stewart.
Yeah. Isaiah Stewart might be moved. Well, Charlotte for sure is not gonna pass up on Klingman.
Yeah, Klingman is could go here, but Baselis makes a lot of sense. Because they got Isaiah Stewart at the 4. I don't know if he's their, or is it Jalen Duran who's their starter?
Jalen Duran's going to get time this year. That's why they're going to move from Wiseman. And I think Isaiah Stewart's not the future there. They need to rebuild some. They're going to develop. They got the Thompson, one of the Thompson twins. So they're building the right way. You know,
Yeah,
it's
they
just going
need
to take
shooting.
time. Exactly.
They need shooting.
Exactly.
Bazelis offers that.
Yeah.
Devin Carter offers that.
Devin Carter, you see, Devin Carter is going to go. Who's at 7 right now? I forgot. Because San Antonio's at 8 again.
7 is our team, our favorites. Just kidding. Portland. They're at 7.
Devin Carter's going to go to Memphis. No, you got John Morant. Oh, there's going to be – Devin Carter might slip a little bit if he doesn't get picked by Charlotte. Because Charlotte got Lonzo Ball, LaMelo Ball. I mean, you can make it work with LaMelo in Charlotte, but they'll probably go Klingman. Portland already has Aiden. So if Klingman doesn't get picked here, he can probably drop. Ideally, Memphis would love for Klingman to drop. If Klingman is there at 9, I don't see Memphis trading down. I see them making that pick.
And there's more stuff on Jimmy Butler very quick. Sham saying Jimmy Butler is determined to have a career year next season. I'm told Jimmy Butler is absolutely determined to have a big season next year and set himself up for a major payday in 2025 free agency.
It's one of those like, fuck me? No, fuck you.
Yeah, that's right. And it's true too. This is definitely if this is Jimmy's
of course
contract year and you don't know if you're getting him back next year, this is the year to go all in. What can Miami do? Could they use this pick to trade and get another player? Could they trade up and go get a player? You know,
remember we talked about
this is why the Miami pick is so important.
Remember what we talked about when Pat Riley called on LeBron, and there's players that you can call out and there's players that you really can't call out.
Yeah,
Pat Riley knew exactly what he was doing with Jimmy because Jimmy is that person that they feed off each other. Jimmy's the ultimate competitor. Jimmy's the ultimate person that you can tell him, hey, man, I don't think you could do that. And he will kill himself trying to prove you wrong. So I respect that in a superstar. I genuinely respect that. A person at his age to not ask for a contract extension, first of all, is respect to the organization, and maybe the organization did not offer. And remember, people are talking about this. The organization cannot legally negotiate with him until July 6th. It's not like other free agents that after the finals, the teams can negotiate with their free agents. With his contract, I don't know what the stipulation was or the legality of it. They cannot begin or even offer an extension until after July 6th. So the fact that it came out, representation had to speak with Miami's front office. So there's I would not be surprised if Miami usually keeps these things quiet, but according to sources, there's going to be some back channels info either way.
Let's see here.
You know what, Bob? A pick for San Antonio if he's there at 8. The kid that you named, if Bazelis is gone, the kid from oh my God,
Kentucky.
You mentioned no. The kid, is it Kentucky or Duke? Flip.
Flipowski.
Flipowski. I would not be surprised if the Spurs take him. Or
he's a solid pick, dude. He's another one that I'm very interested in. I'm intrigued by not just his size, but his offense. I mean, you know, long range shooting. Again, you can put him at the 4, you can put him at the 5. But this is what I'm saying too. People have to remember this with the Heat. You know, I mean, our good friend Clutch has always been against a center. We have a center in Bam, but Bam, you know, UD has said Bam knows that they need a center that he would like to play the 4. Pick is in for Detroit. Okay.
Watch it be. I'm gonna go.
So that's why I'm not sleeping. Again, I'm not sleeping on a big. It depends on if there's a big worth that pick at that spot. But I'm not sleeping on a big. It depends on who's going to be available at that pick.
No, I remember. Look, that you see right there. You saw.
Here we go.
He's a new GM, new president. They have a new leadership in the Pistons. So.
Pick is in.
Okay.
And it is a Heat favorite for fans. Let's see here. 6'7", 197, plays for Ignite. Ron Holland, taken by the Detroit
Pistons. They picked Holland?
They picked Holland.
Oh,
Holland,
man, get ready. Get ready now for the moves to start coming. This is the
right.
first. This is the first domino.
Klingon is slipping. And this is a guy that's wanted around the league. Trust me. And he,
Charlotte has to draft him, bro. Charlotte
trade up
has to
Miami.
draft him.
Trade up Miami. Do it.
No.
Do it, Miami.
Charlotte's probably gonna go with him, man. Unless they get an offer, I don't see Portland picking him. So it's either Charlotte or he's gonna drop to Memphis, because San Antonio's not gonna pick him. San Antonio's gonna go with a small forward to get like Berzelis or Flipowski. Man, it's crazy that Ron Holland, if he wasn't picked there, for sure he might have been picked in Portland or dropped. So now, the fact that Holland was picked, you know who I think is going to drop? Dillingham. Rob Dillingham from Duke. You might see him be the one that drops.
There's a lot of guys that are going to probably drop. Who's next here? Is it Charlotte?
Yeah, Charlotte is at 6, and then followed by Portland at 7.
So they got the 6th and they got the 42nd pick. They need a movement shooter and position versatility. Here we go. There's the official.
Well, you know what's crazy? Klingman might drop to Memphis, because if I'm Charlotte, I'm going with Berzelis. It gives me more versatility with LaMelo. Or if I want to go Devin Carter, I could, but that might be overkill. But you do need a defensive wing. And Devin Carter at the point of attack defense is superb. Ron Holland, he can score, bro. Cunningham and him are going to make a nice backcourt.
Though.
It does. He does.
I'd be shocked. I wouldn't be
can
shocked.
make an argument for
I
both
wouldn't be
ways.
surprised if he falls past Charlotte. I'd be surprised if he falls past Charlotte.
If he drops past Charlotte, for
He
sure,
offers rebound, defensing,
Memphis.
shot blocking, interior scoring. He is. I mean, he would be perfect next to someone like Bam, but he would. I would be shocked if he falls past Charlotte here.
Yeah, no, he can't. Well, he might fall, but I don't think he goes past Memphis, and then that's when it gets really interesting. I just go back to, I know where I love what San Antonio's doing, bro. San Antonio right now is building another decade team. They're building another generational team, man, and they're gonna have the right pieces. They have cap space, so it's gonna be an interesting build for them. They've expedited their build quickly. Ron Holland, man, he can ball, man. He can flat out score.
So far, no trades have been officially announced in regards to the draft.
Nothing.
Obviously, earlier,
Yeah.
we know that a trade was made, but what was that move, Alex? Who swapped picks?
Well, it was they traded players. Malcolm Brogdon went to Washington along with pick number 14 and a second round pick, and the Blazers acquired Danny Avdija, the small forward, power forward from the Wizards, which he signed a contract last year, 4-year, $55 million. So he's obviously signed. And the Blazers have a young nucleus, but I mean, they still could have had a better nucleus if their GM wasn't inept. But that's a story for another day.
Yeah.
So obviously, you can't be a GM and a president of a team and get in your feelings because you damage your team.
Exactly.
Yeah, you can't be an emotional GM. I mean, let me correct myself. You can be an emotional GM. You cannot make franchise decisions, altering decisions based on emotion. You have to think logically. Now we got Charlotte. Let's see. Bro, I mean, with them, I would go with Zelli or how do you pronounce his name? Dalton Niet?
Yeah, from Tennessee.
Yeah.
I think it has to be Klingon, man, because they got Grant Williams but Bazzelli's makes sense at 4. I mean, at the 4 for them, but they got Grant Williams is an unrestricted free agent. Who's the other guy? Another player at the 4. Trying to remember the other guy. Miles Bridges is the one. He's an unrestricted free agent. I'm not worried. No one's worried about LaMelo Ball. He'll go back.
There's gonna be someone's gonna make a move here. Like someone's gonna if Charlotte doesn't get him, someone's gonna get up. Someone's gonna come up and try to get Klingman. Watch it be Utah.
So far, the draft as we wait for the Charlotte Hornets, Zachary Rocher from France going number 1 to the Atlanta Hawks. Washington selects Alex Sarr, France, out of power forward. Number 3, Reed Shepard out of Kentucky goes to Houston. The San Antonio Spurs at 4 take Stephon Castle out of UConn. Ron Holland from Ignite goes to the Detroit Pistons. We're waiting on the 6th overall pick, which is the Hornets. Let's see here. And I believe the pick is in.
Let's roll.
It says it's still going on ESPN, but it says they're making the pick. Stop emailing me.
And that goes to show you. Remember we were talking about this past Sunday, what a team evaluates a player and their big board. They had Ron Holland slipping possibly into the late teens. And then you have a team like Detroit that values him. And in their draft board, he's a top 5 pick. And that changes the whole draft. That changes. I mean, all these front offices are prepared for all these scenarios. And if any player drops, everybody has their big board. Everybody has scenario A, B, C, D. The phones start ringing now, though. Because if you pass on Klingman, now the phones start ringing. Because someone's going to move up. It might not be with Charlotte, but probably either Portland moves up. There's go.
Do we have a trade?
There has to be a trade.
I think somebody's saying Memphis moved up to 6.
Oh, to get Klingman. There you go.
But let me see. I don't see Shams saying anything. I don't see the people that matter.
Of course. If that's the case, you got Klingman, Jaren Jackson, you got Desmond Bane, you got John Morant. If they're moving up to 6, you're taking Klingman.
They're making their pick. The Charlotte made their pick.
Okay.
Pick is in. So let me see who said that. And unfollow. Just like that. So pick is in, and okay, there it is. I haven't announced it there. Interesting name, not a bad name, but again, this draft is kind of funny like that this year. Get to his stuff here that I have pulled up. He's a name actually I found intriguing for Miami. So another France player, Alex. Tajan Salon out of France, 6'9", 203 pounds, going to the Charlotte Hornets. So they get a forward. So that we were just talking about that. Grant Williams and I'm forgetting the other guy's name there. Miles Bridges, both free agents. So it makes sense you're on mute. But this one makes sense here that he has to pick another friend. That's 3 now. Young talent with raw qualities to potentially become a versatile two-way star, locked-in defender. I was very intrigued by him, even for the Heat. This guy in France, Tajan Salon. But he goes to the Hornets. Again, you could go, man, but what about this guy? What about Klingon? What about whatever? But this is the draft where it's like, again, I call this like a scratch-off draft.
Yeah.
You don't know what you've got. You just say, you know what? I hope this is the right scratch-off that I just bought. You look at the machine, you go to the machine in Publix, and you go,
yeah, hit the jackpot.
You go, I'm going to go spend $5 on this one here. Scratch it off, you win $100. Holy crap. Or you win nothing, or a free ticket. Whatever.
And the draft, I'm telling you, the draft is falling Memphis' way because if he's there at 9, I believe, I'm almost 100% sure they're going to go Klingman. And it is also falling San Antonio's way. San Antonio's going to have their choice at 8 to pick a secondary build.
Well, this
alone.
Again, it was said earlier in the offseason. I brought him up. We talked about him. Miami. My thing is Miami looking at bigs. I think that again, when you hear what UD was saying, you see, you kind of see how the Heat were on the other end of the disadvantage with the size against teams with size. This is falling in the Heat's favor here, that if they want to get size at the 15th pick, Zach Edey, if Klingon goes, Zach Edey's still there. There's still some players there. Again, it depends on really who's still available at 15. But if Edie or Klingon are still there, it becomes easy for Miami. Now, again, that's not saying Dalton Nick or Rob Dillingham. Now, here's my thing, Alex. Tell me why, when you have, obviously, there's reports maybe Hero gets traded. We don't know for sure. But let's say we got Hero, Robinson, Josh, and then you have what's his face, Rozier, okay, as your guards. Why? I see a lot of people in the Twitter fandom, and they kind of do this every year. I always seem to be in the opposite direction as everybody else anyway, but that's okay. But why are people leaning in the Heat Twitterverse towards a guard? I think you mentioned some guards. I think there's some guards here worth taking.
Yes.
But my thing is, I think it could be a center and then a guard, or a guard and a center. I would lean more center, depending on which two centers are there, or three centers. But why are people like, man, we need a guard, we need to get a Dillingham out of Kentucky or whatever? Why?
Well, if in the whole mindset of when you have Rozier, but the problem is it's not for future. If Rozier signed for 2 years, now you're looking at subsequent moves. Still, my mindset is you draft the best player available and you make it work. But that also shows that there might be, if they go guard, even if it's the best player available or not, if they go guard or athletic wing, I think they're going to go big guard. They're going to draft big in their position, unless there's someone that they just absolutely love, where it's a McCain, a Dillingham. There's a lot of scenarios there where there's probably going to be subsequent moves. People are going to be moved. It's either Robinson or Hero or even Rozier. And then there's scenarios where none of them move, and you have another guard to your rotation and you bring them off the bench, a 6th, 7th man. But you do need more perimeter scoring, even with Jimmy there. So I would not be upset. I get the fandom, the turmoil, where I still think that the best player available at that time might still be a big. It might be, and remember, we don't know their board. It could be Ware. It could be Holmes.
Oh,
it could
absolutely.
Be, so
for sure.
So we have no idea. You kind of have an idea of where they're going, but they're very tight-lipped about their final selection. So
I think the Heat now have shown that they want a player who could play now. They're in a win now mode. And again, the Heat have not had luck in regards of trading, because you think of Damian Lillard and whatever. They tried to, Bradley Beal. They're not willing to go over on their price. They're like, hey, here's my market. I set it up. Either you can take this move, you don't. They don't do it. Heat say, fine, we're moving forward. Still a viable team. So the Heat, and I believe, and they've shown that with Jaime. They kind of got a little bit of a project with Jovic, but he has shown that he's growing into a role player.
Yeah.
But Jaime is a player who can play now, whatever. He's shown that. He would be in the top 3 if the draft was redrafted today. Jaime would be in the top 3 of the draft, no doubt. But that's why I believe when people are looking at the Heat's picks, they should go, okay, what player could come in right now and be an impact player? Not because he could shoot, not because he could do this, but which player can actually come in and make an immediate impact, or what player could come in and actually help? Like, again, Craig says Edie from Purdue. We've been talking about him. Yeah, that 7'4", 288 pounds, right? 299.
Yeah. He's
almost
solid.
300 pounds. Dude's a beast. Think about that. Imagine with Bam at the 4, Edie at the 5, and now, of course, again, with the Heat's programs, you go, oh, we got to face Denver in the final again. We got Zach Edey. Not saying he's at a isolate Joker, but still, now you have size where you're like, I could be comfortable now. Match the matchup.
He doesn't fit our style, people would say, but I believe that if he is the pick, there's a way to make it work, because he eases Bam's game so much, and he'll take care of the rebound. He'll take care of the rim protection. So and he can shoot.
Here we go. This is Portland.
Yeah.
There we go, right here.
There they go. They got Klingman. Okay.
Donovan Klingman going. He's going to be a bust. I think he's going to be a bust. No, I'm just playing. He's going to be a total bust, bro.
Now, it's not going to be happy.
This is a good pick. This is a good pick.
No, but he could. I mean, he's not going to be able to play next to Aiden, I think. They might move on from Aiden eventually, but they can make it work with him.
Well, again, you could plug him again. Ayton could come off, not Ayton come off the bench, but he could come off the bench to start it off. You know, but Ayton could be then, like you said, a team trying to make a run that needs a center. You know, obviously, I don't think of Miami because Portland and Miami are not going to be.
No, we're not doing anything.
You know, a team like a Miami who needs a big guy, if they can't get one in the draft, that's the type of team that will call Portland and say, "Hey, you drafted Clingan. What are we doing with Ayton? You know, what would it take?" So
this is gonna get fun now. I want to see what San Antonio does. Memphis can shake up the draft. They might even go. I mean, if they go Carter. If they go Devin Carter, there will be interesting because you already got Morant, you got Desmond Bain, but you can use Carter as even in a 3-guard form. And don't get me wrong, I would not be surprised if San Antonio has multiple ways, but I would not be surprised if San Antonio goes Carter as well, because you can establish a backcourt of Carter and Castle and build around Wemby and them too. So this is going to be an interesting pick because there's many ways this can go.
People are so dumb, I tell you. Anyway, I'll leave that for another day. So we are now on San Antonio, 8th pick. The draft is moving along.
Yeah. They're not wasting time. They're
rolling, boy.
I like this. There's no point in dragging out these drafts so long, man.
No.
It's ridiculous. You've done research for years now, so you're fine. Now, don't get me wrong. I know you were mentioning about win now. I do see a scenario, even with the whole Jimmy news coming out. If Nikola Topic is there at 15, I would not be surprised if Miami picks Nikola Topic. Because if he's the best player there, even if he's young, you're talking about future running mates with Bam. And he's going to develop. He's played at a high European league. So
first off, earlier this year, I brought up Topic.
Yes.
I did bring up Topic. Now, the only reason why, if I play the devil's advocate or go against it, is what you just said. The future.
Oh, yeah.
The Heat's about winning now. Especially if maybe Pat Riley says, "Hey, trust me, but Jimmy, I'm going to build the team this season and we're going to make a legitimate run." If he takes a player that's like, a developmental player, it's kind of like, what are you doing? Either you're going to trade that pick or you're going to get a player that's going to make an immediate impact. You know, so that's the only reason why I would be that the Topic pick would be there. But he's 6'7". He has good size.
Oh my God, point guard.
He's point
guard. Man.
There's another guy later in the draft too. I gotta find his name. He's good size too. But
you got him, Hero, Jaime, Nico, Bam. You have a nice little squad there. Watch it be completely no one. No one that we mentioned.
Yeah.
Tristan da Silva.
Jared McCain's another one.
Yeah.
Out of Duke.
Yeah.
That's another one. Jared McCain. The Topic. There we go. That's 6'6", 6'7", 203 pounds.
He's solid, man.
What do they say? I love when I read their little things, but I love it. Oh, yeah, here we go. Shades of Goran Dragic, not Nikolai Jokic or Jovic. That's funny. more of Goran Dragic. But anyway, my thing is, and I told you this the other day, got that dog in him and a guy who can contribute day one. The guy you've brought up for a while, Devin Carter, if you're talking guard, makes a lot of sense. He's still on the board.
Yep.
Still on the board. Shades of Drew Holiday, 6'2", 193 pounds. Let's see here. Stop it.
I San Antonio to go Buzelis or Carter here.
We are waiting.
No, I'm not saying
1 minute 40 seconds. Spurs still on the clock. They took Stephon Castle earlier with their first pick with the 4th overall. They have 4 picks in this draft: the 4th overall, 8th overall, 35th, and 48th. So, and like you said, Alex, this is the year where they kind of set themselves up for not just next season, but the seasons going forward.
Oh yeah. This is obviously you get lucky with Wemby, and now you set yourself up. You hit on these 2 picks. You have free agency, you have trades, and you're set for the next decade. And like the Knicks, for example, they acquired Bridges. They signed OG to an extension. But the Knicks have 2 first-round picks that could be role players with their salary situation that they got to hit on them, even in the first and second-round picks. And the Knicks don't have any picks, I think, for the next 4 years. So there's the rights to them.
We'll wait here. Pick is in. Tristan De Silva is another pick possible for the Heat, the forward. We've talked about him in the past.
Mm-hmm.
No, Tristan is not familiar with that. He will be if it happens. He's been really into Florida Panthers right now in hockey. He loves playing hockey.
For sure.
He was going nuts, dude.
For sure, man.
Oh, okay. We might have our first player pick trade, a pick and then a move here.
Okay. With San Antonio?
Yeah, San Antonio's pick could be going to Minnesota, and they are selecting Rod Dillingham. The pick could be moved to Minnesota, Alex. What do you think about that?
I mean, it makes sense with the team that they
Kentucky
have.
freshman, guard, 6'1".
Yeah. Makes sense with Anthony Edwards and Mike Conley, still the veteran point guard there. I want to see what they gave up to San Antonio. Because what was Minnesota? Minnesota
it could be on the move. Let's see if it's official here.
Okay.
Let's see. Selecting Rob Dillingham at number 8, but he could be on the move to Minnesota. So,
if that's the case. Well, this opens up Memphis now in Utah. Now the draft starts. Let's see what. If a trade happened, Ward should come up, but we'll see. It makes sense though if they keep him, but we'll see. I mean, it doesn't make sense that they keep him because I wouldn't put him to cancel. So who did they acquire? I want to see the compensation. If it includes, it does not include McDaniels. There's no way it includes McDaniels to San Antonio because that would be a steal for San Antonio. But this is the perfect backcourt for Anthony Edwards in the future.
Now is it the Grizzlies up next at number 9?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. There you go. So they're at number 9 here. Again, Devin Carter makes sense here. Kyle Filipowski. That makes sense.
And also, man, that's insane because you'll probably go Carter. You still have, if Berselli keeps falling, Utah might pick him.
That's another player that I put down as a guy I'd like to see at possible Miami. Love his size. I think he contributes. Good playmaker. He has the shooting. Could space the floor.
Man, if Dillingham is on the move to Minnesota, what a hell of a backcourt that him and Anthony Edwards can make.
Yeah. Trying to see if that's confirmed or not, but that's what Shams put up on his thing here.
Let's see. Yeah.
Did they move it?
Yeah, I don't know.
Is it official?
They haven't said compensation, but they just said.
They didn't have to trade?
Oh, yeah. Hold on. Let's see. Well, now they're going to talk about the fit. I'm telling you what, him and Edwards are going to be disgusting. This is the move that could put Minnesota over the top in the West.
Mateus Bazzelli still on the board. Nikolai Topic out of Serbia. Cody Williams. It's funny because you could say that about any pick that's still on the board, but it's kind of falling in Miami's favor too.
This might come to what you said, Bob. this might be the big man. This might be from Memphis.
It could be.
This
could
might be. You mentioned it we talked about a top 10.
Yeah.
And you mentioned he got a promise, which I was like, whoa, he got a
You
promise.
got a promise.
So,
Yeah, there was a report that it's there was a promise in the top 10. You got 2 picks left in the top 10.
yeah.
This could be it. And then if another rumor was that Miami moving into top 10,
To
9
top 10,
being
to
that
pick 'em.
Memphis. Yeah, there was a report that Memphis could move up, but they didn't. And there was that there was a rumor that Miami was interested in moving up to 9.
Okay.
Not naming players, but they were interested in trading up in the top 10. So we'll see. Right now, the pick is in. It could be guard. We'll see. Oh, here we go. Here's the trade details. And there it is, Alex. Well, very quick.
Yeah.
Well, let me go to trade details, and I'll tell you the pick. Well, you and I just touched on it. But the Timberwolves have traded a 2030 first unprotected first rounder and a 2030 swap, top 1 protected, to Spurs for Rob Dillingham. So there you go.
Okay. So
they were really
2031.
The Memphis Grizzlies are selecting Zach Edey at 9. So we talked about it a little while ago. Brought up right now. Edey now off the board at 9. So the board is starting to clear up. Now. So there you go.
But that's insane to me. The Spurs traded the number 8 pick now for a 2030 pick, which might be of high value because if from Minnesota, that's a 4 or 5 year window. 6.
Well, remember, got 4. They got 3 more picks, or they got 2 more picks in this draft. So
that's interesting. That means that they have something on. They might trade back into the first round. Don't be surprised if San Antonio trades back or second round.
This is clearing up pretty nice, though, dude.
Edey, bro. Edey's gonna be.
Edey's gonna be.
Yeah.
Okay, so the way it's going, looking at this, again,
5 picks away, man.
Yeah, let me just say that the top guys on the board. We know Matez Baselli's still on the board there. Dalton Nitt, Nikolai Topic, Cody Williams, Devin Carter, Jacoby Walter, Jared McCain, all phenomenal picks, if possible, if they fell to 15. Tristan Da Silva, Johnny Furphy, Kyle Filipowski is a guy I like. Again, we've talked on him earlier, Alex.
Mm-hmm.
Another big man, another big guy
bro.
is Ivy's Missy.
From Baylor.
From Baylor.
I wonder if Utah goes with Carter, because Chicago's interesting, but Chicago could go with Carter, even if they acquired this guy, Giddey.
Yeah.
And that San Antonio pick. San Antonio is coming back into the first round. That's a pick that's 7 years old. Oh yeah, because that's true. Minnesota couldn't trade first round picks or
Craig.
swaps because of Rudy Gobert.
Screw you, Memphis. Boo. It's all right. Alex. He's gonna be a bust, whatever.
Yeah, he sucks.
Every guy I wanted to say he was a suck.
He can't move.
He can't move, right? No, I think he's gonna fit right in with Memphis. I think people are gonna be surprised with him, dude.
Yeah, man.
The size, they
got
body,
Jaren Jackson,
build,
Desmond Bane, Marcus Smart, John Morant. Like the West is stacked, Bob. The West is stacked.
It's a strong pick, man. That's a strong pick. But again, the board's falling pretty good. Yeah. I'm cool with Miami staying put. Let's see.
Oh, you see, they were saying Memphis tried to trade to 6 to get Klingman. So Edey was basically their fallback option.
They wanted size.
Yeah.
They got it. All right, here we go. Cody Williams taken at 10 by the Utah Jazz.
By Utah Jazz, makes sense.
6'7", 178. Ford going to Utah.
Okay.
Vazelis continues to drop. Topic still on the board. Carter still on the board.
When OKC might go 13, 14. Watch.
Who's up? Chicago's up, right?
Yeah. Probably the Wizards. Carter might not make it to us at 15. Carter might go 14 to the Wizards. Or Sixers, man. Can you imagine they go Sixers? Or Lakers. That would be a dream scenario for the Lakers if Carter's there.
Let me say this, Alex. If Vazelis is still on the board,
Yeah.
If Vazelis is still on the board,
Oh.
this is a guy who could play now.
Yeah.
Right?
I would be very,
And
very
he's
intrigued.
can I tell you? That might open the door to say for the Heat go, okay, here's Hero, here's Robinson. Okay, we could pair Jovic now because we got somebody
Because you have him. Yeah.
because you have a Vazelis. But a Vazelis, and that is not saying now, of course, you keep them both. It's even
You
prettier.
can keep them both, yeah.
But
He can play for the
Vazelis,
point.
it's this guy you can put him at point. He can ball handle. He could shoot.
Yeah.
He's a guy he's not somebody who's like, oh, we can put him in for 5 minutes a game. He'll get 3 points. No, this is a guy who played 15 minutes a game for you in 20 minutes.
Oh, yeah, for
and
sure.
be an impact
For
player.
sure. 100%.
What sucks is he'll be taken probably with the next pick. Chicago bastards. We'll see.
Yeah.
Chicago. Bronny, just kidding. No, it's not. So, you guys have any plans tonight, or are you guys just staying in after this?
No, yeah, to work, go to sleep tonight. Try to go to the gym here, the hotel early in the morning because we have to take off at 7, I think, or 8 o'clock because we have to drive to University Park to go to Penn State. So that's the first college visit. So we got to leave early.
I can't believe it, dude. I can't believe AJ's going to colleges. That's ridiculous.
Yep, that's insane, man.
How dare she, bro? How dare she, bro?
It's like life. It's like, what's going on? Yeah, this is life. You screw up.
Yeah.
You're maturing. You're growing. You're becoming
Remember
an
that
adult.
cute little girl, the flower girl, and then go to Disney World and all that now.
Now, and that's why for everybody out there, you blink, and life passes you by, bro. So don't blink too fast.
You know what's
Slowly
crazy,
blink.
dude? What's crazy is, it's like even right now. I got home late. It was storming out here. Some trees fell. No power was in the.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, there was no power in the how do you call the red light, green light, the street lights. So it was crazy getting here, raining hard. So I got home here a little late. I had to clean up. Came here, talking to Tati, relaxing, everything. My daughter and my son were playing game in 2 different rooms together, so they were talking to each other. But right now, I haven't seen Audrey since I've been home. Audrey was in the other room the whole time. I saw Ellie, which I saw Ellie earlier at an appointment. I've seen Tristan, but I have not seen Audrey yet. So it's like, and of course now I'm doing this. So it's like, okay, so I'm gonna have to hit her with a pillow after I get out of here.
Exactly.
Dad, I'm sleeping. No, you're not. Spend 5 minutes. But it's crazy. It's true. Time goes by fast, dude. Love me. No joke, man. Again, everyone who's watching right now, we got 96 people tuning in from Twitter,
welcome
YouTube,
aboard, man. Join
Twitch,
the party.
Facebook. Everyone who's watching, we appreciate you watching the first round NBA draft coverage on the Finstock Sports Network. East 10th Street boys, straight out of Hialeah. Usually we are joking around and
we're just, it's funny because for us it's crazy. We love the draft, but for us it's just the excitement of what's going to come at 15, the anticipation, and then they're going to pick someone that we haven't talked about. no offense.
What did I just say? What did I just say? What did I say about Vazelli is going to the Chicago Bulls?
Oh, of course, bro. Of course.
Dude, what the hell? I'm going to stop talking, bro. God damn it. I'm cursed.
Can't do nothing.
I can't say nothing here, man.
I'm telling you, Bulls are in full rebuild mode.
But it's a good pick.
It's a great
pick, man.
It's a great pick, man.
Alonzo Ball, are they going to cut him?
Getting. I want to see, because he's coming back little by little, but they might use a player exception on his contract. If there's that's another career, like a what if, man. But then you now Levine might be available, or you might be able to salvage Levine with Giddey and this new player. You might move Vucevic. So, you might. I don't think the DeRozan resigns there. DeRozan might go to the Clippers, to the Lakers, to the Warriors. He'll go back home to the West Coast. There's many scenarios, but I don't know. I keep looking at Carrington. It might be a reach. I don't know. Let's see how that. Sacramento's going to be interesting if they even keep the pick, because OKC for sure is going to keep the pick. Sacramento, the Wizards are going to go probably Carter if he's there. Just want to see how far Topic falls. And to me, just what I say, Bob, what impressed me the most here.
Yeah.
What I think might be the steal of this draft, and even though he's going to drop, all because of the pairing, was Dillingham. Minnesota getting Dillingham to pair with Edwards. I think that backcourt is going to be fun and very productive for years to come. And the way they're built defensively, they can play with a shorter. The way Anthony Edwards plays, you can play with a shorter point guard. And he's an athletic point guard, even though the NBA is going away from 6'1", 6'2" point guards. Like he still can ball, man. I'm really happy with, and I just think I'm intrigued by what San Antonio's going to do. They have to have something up their sleeve. They're either getting back in the second round. Do they have 2 second-round picks?
Who? San Antonio?
San Antonio?
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
so yeah, that's why they probably moved out and just started getting. They'll use that first-round pick honestly in a trade later on. They'll probably package that Minnesota pick in a trade.
That's true. Like you were saying about the Jimmy Butler situation, Barry Jackson bringing it up. Oh, wait, here we go. Oh, no, never mind. There's nothing going on. But with the Jimmy Butler situation, in regards of a trade, you don't have to trade him now. You're golden.
No, yeah.
You're golden.
You're fine.
He's going to play. He says he's going to play the best of his game. But if it's halfway through the season, nearing the trade deadline, and you're on a play-in type of team, and you're realizing, man, we're just not there. We need to get something out of him. That might be a situation where they say, okay, let's see who wants him, and then maybe Philadelphia or somebody who's on a playoff on the 4th seed, could pick him up, and then you got yourself some decent, maybe some draft picks in that situation.
And I believe also one situation. I look at this situation kind of like KD when he left. Not OKC, but when he left the Warriors, I believe I got to see the regulations. But even with the apron, since we're going to be a first apron team, I don't know if we can sign and trade Jimmy. So whether we use that Jimmy to acquire a player, or by the time we just clear our salary books and we continue to develop and we have a younger talent.
Well, you got Bam. You got Bam.
For
you
sure.
got him for the next few. He's your cornerstone right now. You can build with him. So even if you trade Jimmy, your goal is to build around him, to build a winner. And Bam is committed to the Heat. He has that in his blood. He was drafted by them. He's going to stick with them.
Yeah.
Let's see here.
And the only thing is that Jimmy, does Miami have the leverage that now you can move Jimmy? Yeah. But also Jimmy gains some leverage by saying that he will test free agency.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
That situation, no team is going to just acquire him. Well, maybe they do like OKC did with Paul George, remember? And they traded for him and he signed an extension. So that could be... Bro, man. And he's from Chicago, too. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. Good for him.
That's a hometown. Oh, man. That's a dream scenario for him. This kid grew up a Derrick Rose fan. This kid's just an overall athlete, man.
We're at the 12th overall pick now. OKC is on the clock.
Let's go.
Hot Tua.
Hot Tua.
What? What did I say? Hot Tua. Spit on that thing. Oh, man.
Now the thing is, the more it comes, Miami's gonna have a nice selection. They're gonna have a nice little options. They have many other options that they like.
Oh wow.
He needs to put on a little bit of weight, but he should be fine.
Oh yeah.
Even defensively, he plays like Chet Holmgren. And he can push. Bro, he's such a talented player, man.
Oh, dude, yeah, let's see right here. Kevin O'Connor talking about it. Zach Edey's going to be a problem. Jaren Jackson Jr. On defense with Braden Smith and John Moran at point guard. He might be looking at a rookie of the year candidate, man. He's going to totally take advantage of his situation. Let's see here. Good morning, USA. A sign of things to come. No, I'm just playing. Oh. You got that out of the way. Okay. Thank you. Thank you for taking over my moment. Yeah.
So imagine you got Devin Carter, you got McCain, you got De Silva, Ware. Man, you can even trade down, but I doubt we'll trade down. You got Sixers and Lakers. I'm telling you, that's going to be a nice 15, 16, and 17. You got Heat, Sixers, and Lakers. So they're all going to get impact players.
Why are we quiet? Well, we're waiting on that next pick. We're on for an hour and 17 minutes.
Yeah.
Contemplating our lives.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah.
Who do you think? Who do you think OKC goes with, Bob?
So for OKC, man, can they really go wrong at this pick? I don't know. I think they go best player available. I don't think they need to. What is? Let's look at their team needs. Well, they could go with anything minus point guard. I would think. I think Filipowski is probably a good pick. Let's see who's still available here. We might see another big go off here to pair with Chet. Dalton Nett is another one out of Tennessee. I
think they
can't
go
see Topic. I can't see them going Topic or Carter. They may go Jacoby Walter.
If I can see him going Topic because you give him time to heal. You don't need him to play right away. And you trade away Giddey for Caruso. So you already got Shea, you got Caruso. You could develop Topic. But bro, Topic talent-wise, oh, man.
They're talking about Topic right now.
I really like Topic's game. You can make it for Dalton, yeah, but you got Lou Dort. You probably have to move. Devin Carter, I don't think you can because you acquired Caruso.
There you go.
So you're not going to go with Carter.
The Oklahoma City Thunder have selected Nikolai Topic. Guard. There you go.
Perfect organization to develop. Their coach used to be the G League coach. So that's a perfect scenario for him, man.
Damn it, Alex. You could have started with that, man. Hiding information, dude. We're a team.
Funny, Caruso played for his coach now when he was the D-League coach for the Thunder, the Oklahoma City Blue. So they've known each other. That's why they wanted Caruso so bad, too.
So let's look at the best remaining players as we get closer to the Miami Heat's pick.
Well, Topic's off the board.
For NBA fans who are watching, for other teams of fans that are maybe watching via Twitter or something, we're talking about all the NBA teams, but we are Miami Heat fans, so we will, keep touching on that pick as we go on here. But again, topic now off the board.
Mm-hmm.
Devin Carter, Providence, the Tennessee kid, Dalton Nitt, Jared McCain, Jacoby Walter, Tristan DeSilva, Filipowski out of Duke is another guy. There's still a lot of good players that you leave with that pick and you feel good about. I don't think there's, Keyshawn George out of Miami.
That's another one.
That's another intriguing name.
If Niet keeps falling. No.
So Sacramento's on the clock here. Portland picks right before. Washington picks.
Yeah, Washington picks before Miami. You see, this is kind of the scenario, Bobby, that I was saying with the Heat. That if Topic was there, if you have Rozier, Hero in place, or even if you trade, you can let him develop. Because OKC is a winning organization. They're winning now, too. They have the time frame to let him develop. And when he does develop, he's going to be a key part with SGA there. So I'm glad he got picked by an organization like this because they're going to give him the tools and the time frame to develop his game. And he still has room to grow. But you know what's crazy to him? He's young, but his body is developed in comparison to other young players. Like, he's a well-rounded, he has a solid core. Man, this kid's a stud. This kid is a stud. The way he sees the game. Hey, Adam Silver's tall. I never noticed that much because you always see him around. Adam Silver's a pretty tall guy.
Oh, he is.
He's 6'5", and his ears are like 5'10".
Sacramento is on the clock. What do you think Sacramento does here, Alex?
Oh, man. If they keep the pick, the kid that keeps falling yet, it's going to be interesting. Who do they engage? You can't go Carter because you got Fox. You gotta build. You need perimeter scoring because you also have Hayes already.
Four, it makes a lot of sense to me.
Interesting.
Tristan DeSilva.
Tristan DeSilva will be a great pick for Sacramento.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Dalton Niet, the kid from Tennessee, also.
Yeah.
McCain, like I see, I don't see McCain there. McCain possibly. You see, if McCain is there, if Devin Carter or McCain are there for the Lakers, they hit a home run. I don't know, man.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at.
We're going to have a lot of options. You know what? You're going to see Miami pick who they truly wanted.
Yeah,
because
and
of all the options available.
Don't sleep on, because I'm talking about bigs, but a guy that we touched on earlier, but a guy, he's becoming more likely, but especially there's still some good players here that are be available, is Kel'el Ware out of Indiana.
Yeah,
7 foot tall,
230,
averaged 16 points a game last year. Shot, he turned on the 3-point shot. He was 43% from the field, but again, could give you that defense, dunking, shot blocking, dude. That's a guy that I'm very intrigued by for Miami, possibly, but there's still so many good players. Let's see.
Oh, Dan Hurley's on set. Pick is in. Let's see. Dan Hurley's on set. I love Dan Hurley.
He was smart, dude. We didn't talk about this, man. What do you think of the Lakers' hire of JJ Redick?
Well, I thought he was their original candidate. They heard Dan Hurley was available. They made a push for him. But I see the scenario where they do see him as the next Pat Riley. I'm not saying the greatness, but a great insight. When they said Coach Spo, I mean, that's not the case because Coach Spo worked his way up. I can see the scenario where Riley was in the broadcaster booth and he jumped to the coaching seat as an assistant coach when with that situation in LA. So he's definitely a student of the game. He's played for Coach K. He has a relationship out of respect with LeBron. So that's very important because this is for the future. And he basically laid out his plan, how he would use Anthony Davis. So he was basically interviewing for the job while doing his podcast. So they know what he's working with. And he's a player, and he's He's relatively young. Plus, he retired like 2 or 3 years ago, so he's familiar with today's. He can connect with the players. He's great on routine. And what I love about it that he's humble enough to understand that he wants to surround himself with people that know more than him, and he likes disagreements. He wants people to tell him no, so they can converse, and that's a sign of a great coach because he's not a hothead. He's not going to be in his feelings about it. He's secure, and he's going to be able to speak and make decisive decisions when needed, but also cohesive decisions.
Let's see here. We are getting closer. Sacramento's pick is in, and it's one of your favorites. Let me see here. The Sacramento Kings select Devin Carter out of Providence.
There you
13.
go. There you go.
Let's see here.
It's a great pickup for them if they keep him or if they move. That's going to be interesting what they do with De'Aaron Fox on the line, because you got Killian Hayes too. And you play a 3-guard. Yeah, Anthony Carter. Beautiful, man. And I believe Anthony Carter's still on the staff in Memphis.
All right. Portland's up next. And then Miami will be on the clock. Isaiah Collier is one guy from Southern Cal. Is another player. Makes sense for the Heat. Going on to, again, we brought up Keyshawn George out of Miami. Any of the bigs, really, but Kelly Ware is one of them that I think would eat with Bam Adebayo. Jared McCain out of Duke.
This is insane. There's a scenario here. I mean, I don't think it's going to happen, but Miami can trade down and still have multiple first-round picks or more.
But again, I mean, the options that are there for Miami,
if it's there,
they could absolutely trade down. A name, another name to look out for is Johnny Furphy out of Kansas, 6'8", 189.
Okay.
Shoots 3. Had a very strong year last year. Again, when you got Tristan da Silva, you got Filipowski out of Duke. You got Khalil Ware, Missy out of Baylor. There's some size there. Now, my preference probably, but again, Jared McCain is still on the board. If you're really going to go guard here and you just lost Carter, that would make sense. Yeah. We'll see. And Dalton Nick's still on the board there. Devin Carter played for Doral Academy. Alex brought him up earlier in the offseason as a possibility to look out for. He goes with the 14th pick, so we'll be watching his career very closely. Okay, there you go. Some names on. Bub Carrington still on the board as well.
Devin Carter.
I just said it. You know what's trending number 1 in the United States right now? Not number 1, but 101 Post.
What?
It's so funny. It's trending.
You see this? You see his comparables. So Devin Carter is 6'2" and a quarter, but his wingspan is 6'8" and 3/4. So there, wingspan alone, he plays like a big guard.
Oh, Portland. There's a proposed trades to Washington.
Yeah,
right?
That's the one.
Oh, is that the earlier trade?
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah,
that's true. Why did they just say it? They're so stupid?
I've never understood this, and now
that's the dumbest thing about basketball.
Here we go. Denny Avia. That's how you pronounce his name. There you go.
I think this pick is Bub Carrington.
They're going with Bub Carrington?
I think this is Bub Carrington going there.
Oh, man.
Yes, Bub Carrington going to the Washington Wizards.
Jesus Christ, that was my pick.
All right.
Watch his highlights, Bob. When he gets picked, watch his highlights, man. He's
Son of a bitch.
I really like Carrington, but hey, we'll see.
So let me just. I'm putting
That's why
away.
That's why Washington traded 14 because they probably got some intel that he were looking at Carrington. Maybe.
Yeah, nobody can get infill from the Heat. So best available, still Dalton. It's still on the board. Jacoby Walter, Jared McCain, Tristan da Silva. For me, again, looking at the availability, there's still very good players on here. We brought up Collier earlier, point guard out of Southern Cal. I know people connected him with Miami. Makes sense. 6'3", 205. Physical player. Probably fit that mold right away. But again, for me, Khalil Ware, center, Tristan da Silva, Collier, Dalton Nick, Filipowski, and then McCain and Furphy. But Ware is the dude, man. I would be a good pick, but we'll see.
Let's go.
But he gives you that size.
Let's see. Let's see if you go 3-0. Let's do it. Who's your pick? I'm not gonna say one because I have like 3 or 4. But if you want one, if you had to pick one, you're the gym right now, Bobby.
If I had to make the pick,
if you had to make the pick, what are you going with?
I want to. For me, again, I told you a list of names, and out of those list of names, let me see. So it's between 2 guys, and I'm talking about size.
Yeah.
Any other guy I'm cool with.
Yeah.
But it's between two guys, and they're both centers here, and that's between Ware from Indiana, 7 foot, 220, and Kyle Filipowski out of Duke, 6'11", 230. You always talk about the guy out of Utah.
Lauri
Markkanen.
Yeah.
This guy could be that. Again, shoots the 3, great movement. He has he has a lot of skill. That would be 2 awesome picks. But in this draft, it is so hard to go for sure. I mean, do Heat go best player available? And most people's best player available is the kid out of Tennessee.
Yeah. Look at Carrington's highlights. He's such a pure shooter, man. And he finishes. Oh, man, I would love him. Look at the shooting stroke. Pure shooter. And he's 6'5", tall. Boom.
So what do you think of, well, this is Washington's pick. This is not Portland's pick.
No, it's Washington's pick.
A team that's, they're not going to compete anytime soon, but they go get Bub Carrington, who's going to get
Czar.
prime minutes.
Yep.
And Alex Sarr,
They have a nice rapport. They're building a nice rapport. And
we're halfway in. We're at 15 now. This is always the time when we get nervous.
Yeah.
Heat 46-36 last year, 8th in the East. All right, Alex, what you said you have a few names. What are the names, man?
Man, I got Tristan da Silva.
Yeah,
I got my pick. My pick was Carrington, so that was what threw me off. I was going for Carrington.
That's okay.
You got Tristan da Silva. You got Nyet. I'm not. I hope they don't go with Nyet, the guy from the kid from Tennessee, but I would not be surprised because he has some I always have the PTSD of Winslow, which I love this game and I still see, but he's dropping, so I'm like this is where I pick. I'm a big fan of Ware and Holmes.
Darren Holmes, yes.
I don't think they're gonna go with George from Miami. I still think that's a reach. But I don't know. Damn, bro. De Silva's a nice.
De Silva's a good pick out of Colorado.
Yeah.
6'8", 217.
It might be McCain. It might be McCain, but
Well, Jared McCain out of Duke, good
Yeah.
size, 6'2", could shoot the three. They compare him. He's like they say he's like
Yeah.
Steph Curry.
And I was just
But
seeing. I
now
forgot
see-
Walter from Baylor's still there.
Jacoby Walter.
Jacoby
Yep.
Walter.
But yeah, so my names, I'm with you. Again, Ware, De Silva, Niet, just because he's the top player on most boards.
Yeah.
But I'm with you. I would push him very low. Filipowski,
Uh-huh.
the center, and then Jared McCain. But you're right. Holmes is another one, and Collier is the one I said before too, the point guard. Unless it's somebody totally out of nowhere.
I'm saying it could be. I mean, we'll see because I don't think they go safe pick, but they have the options on their board unless the number one person that they had at the time just got picked or was picked previously, even with Collier. See, I don't think they go Collier. Where is an option? I think Ware's an option. Walter might.
So the Heat aren't trading. That it looks like they're making their pick.
They're making their pick. Okay,
So
the pick
we're
is in.
waiting.
All right. This is the way, man.
You can't rush this, man.
No. if it makes sense, if they're gonna move anything or for the future, you're looking at McCain, which
That's true. That could be a tradable player, sure.
Or
I mean,
or
but
they
Ware-
trade the person in front of him because he is one of the best shooters, probably the second best shooter in this draft, and we needed scoring last year. Again,
If I'm making this pick, it would be Ware at Indiana or Holmes. I like that pick, but I think Ware or
Yeah.
Filipowski, I meant, is the two guys.
if you go guard now, for sure, you're gonna go with size,
Yeah,
in the second round. But hey, you have options. You have the options.
I think
you
there's
want.
viable options for guard in the second round or a wing
Yeah.
player in the second round.
Yeah.
I've seen some good guys back there.
I'm gonna say fine. I'll say between McCain and De Silva because I
Jared McCain
think
or Tristan Da Silva.
I think they feel that they can pick what Ware is and all that in the second round.
There's size in the second round too. It
Yeah.
ain't gonna hurt nobody.
Yeah. Let's see, man. Let's see. Huh? Who'd you say?
Who did I say?
Oh, you're 3-0?
I'm telling you right now. I think I'm. Oh God! That's it, bro. That's it.
Retire while you're on top.
I'm retired, boy. Oh God.
Let's see.
Woo! Love it. I'll wait it out. I'm not gonna say nothing unless people weren't watching. 101 people tuning in right now. Everyone who's watching, thank you all for tuning in right now with me and my brother Alex. We usually do this on our own. We've done this a couple of days watching together, on the show, but we usually do this together, either on the phone or whatever. So we appreciate you joining us and watching the draft with us. This has been an interesting draft, a fun draft. There's something with this next pick. Again, Udonis Haslem, Bam Adebayo, spoken through. UD said the Heat need size. They need a center. Most people said guard. I think size was huge. Obviously, Zach Edey off the board.
Yeah.
Klingon off the board. The next big thing is Khalil Ware out of Indiana, 7 foot tall, 230.
And I love him next to Bam. If he's the pick,
And he is the
he's
pick.
the pick.
He's the
man.
pick. So 16 points a game, Alex. 42.5 points. 42.5% from the three. 10 rebounds.
Just
2 blocks.
athleticism alone next to Bam, you cannot get a better front court because he's switchable. He can
Shot
guard every
blocking,
position.
Lob
Yes,
threat. Interior
rebounding.
scoring, athleticism. This dude next to Bam is going to be ridiculous. The Heat needed size as I have proclaimed. And they've gotten size here. I love this pick for the Miami Heat. Here we go. And we're going to see some highlights.
Let's see it live. This is beautiful, man. Beautiful day.
Khalil Ware, baby, out of Indiana.
Get ready, Bam. Bam, Ware.
Bam at the 4.
And Jovic
Bam
at the 3.
at the 4. And this guy's shooting threes?
No, and you're going to see lineups where it's Bam, Ware, Jovic, Butler, Hero at the point. Watch.
Look, goosebumps.
You're getting goosebumps, man. I'm telling you. Watch the highlights. He moves, man. He is. Oh man, this is great, bro.
Here we go. Khalil Ware out of Indiana, University of Indiana. I mean,
this is
gold
beautiful.
medalist. Started freshman season at Oregon. Led Indiana in points per game, rebounds per game, blocks per game, and field goal percentage. That was all last season. Did he have a pro head coach? Was that
Yeah, that's Mike Woodson. He's a coach.
Wow, that's huge.
Yeah. Look at the
Here we
jump.
go, Alex.
Look at the jump, man. It's just him. Oh my God.
Alex.
This is beautiful, bro. I'm telling you, this is gonna open up everything for us. This is nice.
I can't wait to see all the hate from Heat Twitter. They always hate on the pick every year.
Good luck trying to score on Bam and him.
No, look at this length and mobility. Look at this. Look at the size. Oh
Yep.
my gosh. Look at the 3 right there. Kaboom. And look at that mid-range, Alex.
Yep.
That's huge. That's what killed Miami. And I'm not saying this he's going to be that. But that's what killed Miami in the finals. We didn't have the size to match the Joker.
Correct.
You do now. You do now.
And the switchability, him and Bam. And now this frees up Bam.
Look at the emotion on his face. He's crying. He's going to Heat culture.
Of course. That's perfect, bro. What a pick.
UD spilt the beans.
Yep.
I'm glad I see eye to eye with the Miami Heat organization. I hope after 3 seasons that I've able to got my brother's respect in regards to
of
whether
course, you've always had it, man.
Heat's vision, this is awesome, man. This is awesome.
That is perfect, bro. And honestly, it's kind of best player available to them and fits a major need that they had for years to come.
The Legion Hoops got it wrong. Legion Hoops said, that can't be real. Are they the real one? They are. They said the Heat were selecting Jared McCain with the 15th overall pick. They had Jared McCain.
Jared McCain going to Miami? Because everybody had him going to Miami?
Jake Fisher. Miami's expect to select Jared McCain.
Bro, Jake Fisher.
What the hell?
Now the Sixers, you have Tristan Da Silva, you have a few pieces. Lakers might get McCain. Oh, what a pick, man. That's awesome. I couldn't be happier with that selection. Couldn't be happy with that selection. Johnson,
It's,
he's going to go to the Lakers.
7 foot, 7'4" wingspan.
Yeah, for sure.
Why the hell did those other Miami pulled the ultimate? Because I'm seeing some of these major websites say that they were taking Jared McCain. This is after the pick. Good thing I had Twitter put away. I was until after you and I were talking because I didn't want to. I had my list, and on the top number one, as the draft was going, I'm writing out picks, and I'm looking at the best available, Khalil Ware, and you and I were talking about him.
Yeah.
And, but it's so funny. I go back now and it's saying Jared McCain. He'd expected to take Jared McCain. So I'm sure it would be hilarious if somebody said, "Hey, they're going to take Jared McCain." Oh crap! Oh, break it! And then you go, Khalil Ware. Wait, what? It's like, yeah, you can check. I think Shams got it right. I don't know if Raj. I didn't see Raj. I don't think he's reporting anything, but that's hilarious. The Heat pulled something. But I'm excited for this pick. We are now with the Philadelphia 76ers. So we should see our friend Georgette back. Popping in soon. Here we go. Brett Lagasse in the house. What's up, bro? Josh Mabry, Anthony Manzano. Loving it. Hunter, Handsome Street Boys. What's up, my man? Good to see you guys. Thank you all for tuning in. Let's see here. Brett, Alex is in Philly right now. He's in Philly.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. He's in Philly, so you're right around the corner.
Yes, sir. Beautiful. I when I drove by the Phillies ballpark, the Eagles Stadium, it's so cool because all the stadiums are right next to each other.
So let me just Anthony Manzano in the house. He says, Alex, do we have enough capital to trade back into the first round, maybe around the 20s, to draft a point guard or a wing? I'm going to say this, Alex, and you go off where you want to go with.
Yeah.
Miami does not need to do that. They could, but they don't need to do it because you're trading Tyler Hero or a Duncan Robinson for a guy you're not sure could be one of those guys at that point. Miami, I believe, there are guys later in the draft that could be worth those picks. You got Trayton Flowers is a guy that I was looking at earlier today, 6'7", 6'6.5", but 6'7", 201 pounds. He's a forward. You got a shooting guard out of France, Melvin Ajinka, 6'7", Alex, 214, shot maker, pull up threat, catch and shoot threat. Jalen Bridges. There are plenty of players. That's 6'7". Again, there are plenty of players. Wing players. Nikolai Jursic, Anthony, I brought him up earlier. That's the guy me and Alex talked about.
If he falls,
he's a second-round prospect.
Second-round prospect?
If he's there, I'm down. This is a guy, again, that you could, you could develop. Alex and I, of course, we love what Kevin O'Connor says, shades of a basically poor man's Anthony Edwards. Yeah. I'm down with that.
I'm down with that, bro.
But there are plenty of players in the second round. Because this is the thing. Here, let me just say this. And Alex, I'm sorry I'm taking over your question.
No, man.
I just want to say this. This is the type of draft where the second round pick could be the superstar player in 10 years from now.
Correct.
Just wasn't Joker a second round pick? Right?
Yeah. 46,
this is that type of draft.
Yeah.
You could draft someone in the second round that can blow up into someone huge 10 years, 5 years from now, or Alex's favorite word, 5 years from now, dude, he'll be a superstar, top 10.
Yeah.
This could be one of those guys. That could be one. Alex A. Sorry, Alex. It's not Alex A. You guys are watching East 10th Street Boys.
Let's see what the
Alex A
is
because my sister's Alex, and that's how we differentiated them. He is there, Brett, for his daughter's college tours. He's going to tour Penn State tomorrow.
Yes, Penn State.
Oh, here's the
pick. We're going to Michigan.
Here we go, Brett. Georgette, here's your pick. Philadelphia 76ers. Wait, did it freeze? No,
Jared McCain.
Jared McCain off the board.
McCain.
Ooh, I like that.
That's offense for them.
There you go. I like this pick. Again, compared to a Steph Curry. Obviously, we're not going to say great as Steph Curry, but you could shoot the three, catch and shoot.
And remember, Philadelphia, you got a max contract. You got a max salary cap available. So you're going to get a player. You're going to get a few players after that.
Manzano, you're not wrong. We were both talking about Nikolai Topic because how the board was falling. He has a lot of Goran Dragic in him, his type of game, but a bigger version.
Yeah.
Obviously, you get a younger version too. But again, he gets picked up early. But I'm going to tell you, trust me when I tell you this, as I've said 2 years in a row now, and I'll say 3 years now, you're going to love this pick by the Miami Heat. As a player, what he's going to be able to do with Bam, his size alone, but his shooting from three, his defensive potential. They got an all-around player But Alex, go ahead. Talk to Brett about Jared McCain and what he brings to Philadelphia, man.
Oh, it brings shooting stability. You form a decent backcourt with Maxey. You got Embiid, and you're going to build the right way. You have to build around Maxey and Embiid and surround them. You have the salary cap, the salary available, the cap space available to go for a max superstar. You don't necessarily have to do it. You can get two $20 million players. So you can fill out this roster very nice. And obviously what you do with your follow-up picks are going to be essential too, because you got follow-up picks. And to Anthony, I could see Miami trading back in if a player they had top 15, top 10 continues to fall. You could see a scenario where they go, but they'll probably just play it safe. And like what you said, Bob, there's scenarios here that I remember when we were talking about even the Edey and the Ware scenarios. I think Bam is going to flourish as a de facto 4. Now you're prototypical 4. You can have lineups where you're playing Nico at the 3, you're playing Jimmy at the 2, Tyler at the 1. You can play. This is where the game is going. So now you got Ware, Bam, Jovic, where all 6'10" and above. So that is where the game is going. That's the evolution of the game, and he fits what Spo feels is a versatile center. And with the argument with Edey and even Klingman, this is a center that Spo likes. And Khalil Ware. This is a center that Spo's going to maximize.
Okay. And first off, Cap, great to see you, brother. Josh Mabry in the house. Again, yes, Trayton Flowers, that's a second-round pick, but I think, especially late in the second round or by the time the Heat's pick, worth the risk. Do we like this pick? I think I speak for both of us when I say we love the pick.
We love this pick.
And, yeah, like Alex is saying, it's a Spo pick. It's a Heat pick. And
Yes.
by that, we're not saying, because the Heat picked him. What we're saying is he fits the scheme. He is going to surprise a lot of people. Again, nobody for sure at any point in this draft, you could say, he should have been picked here. He should have been picked here. Anybody could have gone number 1. Anybody could have gone number 15. The fact is, this guy here, it gives you that interior presence. He could block. I mean, obviously the defensive presence, shot blocking, etc. But dunking. But what's awesome about him too is his size at 7 feet 230, 16 points a game, can dunk, can shoot. And a 3-point shot. He goes 43% from 3. That's huge. Kevin, what's up, my man? Yes, Devin Carter going 13 was a killer. That was Alex was hyping him up since the beginning of draft season, following him. But great pick to where he went. I heard you on 560 the other day. Anthony Manzano. Anthony's everywhere. He's everywhere, man. Anthony's legit.
And for people to realize, there is a scenario where Khalil Ware starts the season as the backup 5, and even might play next to Bam. But this is a win-win situation for Miami because you have multiple ways you can do this. You can still start Jovic with Bam. You bring Khalil Ware off the bench. You can have the way you stagnate your lineups. It could be masterful, and you can play big, you can play small, you can play fast. So that's the thing. And if people question anything about Ware, let Bam will push him where he needs to be. So don't even worry about it.
Oh, dude.
I couldn't be happier, man. I really can't. Oh, look at the Lakers. I want to see what the Lakers got. The Lakers fell into probably got the Silva, or you got Net.
Right. Yeah, the Lakers have taken Dalton Yet at 17 out of Tennessee.
That fell right to them, bro.
That was a good pick. A shooter. JJ Redick is happy. Got his first pick as a coach. Does Ware fit in Cleveland? He ain't going to Cleveland.
Yeah, he ain't going to Cleveland.
He ain't going to Cleveland. We don't need him. No, I know where you're going, Kevin. I mean, no, but he's not. I don't think we need a big. We need a big. Or is it we need guards? We need to get another guard. No, we don't. We need a big. Because this team with a big, it didn't do it this year. Last year, though, was in the finals. What killed us was not having a big. We got a big.
We got a big, man. And a functional big.
And a functional big. And you could still have tradable assets that you can continue to manipulate this team. But I'm telling you right now, Jimmy Butler, who's playing on a contract year this coming season after the reports from Shams, this is huge. This is telling him they want to win now. They want to do everything they can to get him that ring so he can extend and probably sign at a more cap-friendly deal. But also get, he's done a lot that they want to try to win now before, obviously, if they do move on from Jimmy next season, they got a young squad that they can continue to compete with a Bam Adebayo who wants to play at the 4, UD has said. So, Brett, thank you, brother, for tuning in, my man. Go get some rest. We'll talk soon.
Love you, man.
He's gone. He's not gone yet. I think it's after this season or the trade deadline, depending on how the Heat are doing this season. I say the deadline to go to a playoff contending team, or if the Heat don't, which I believe they will. I always think the Heat have a shot to be a playoff team. If they're struggling and they're playing for a play-in spot, look at the trade deadline for Jimmy. Or again, it's after the season next season.
Yeah, after the season. Yeah. I don't think he gets traded. Because Shams saying the San Antonio's going to trade their 2 second-round draft. I see that. I see that happening.
Alex brought up earlier about San Antonio possibly trading back up.
San Antonio. That was a little. They were just collecting assets. And remember, the offseason really starts now. The scenarios. I love this. The fact that you draft.
Here comes the Magic. The Magic's picks coming up.
Magic or Toronto are going to get the Silva. One of those two.
Filipowski could be there too, bro. That would be a good pick.
Yeah, Orlando.
Yeah. I'm surprised Ryan Dunn is still there.
Well, right. That's a Miami Heat.
I know.
That's someone that we might.
I'm saying. I thought he might go. I thought he might be in the conversation within the top 15. Not saying Miami, but I'm surprised he's still there. But that's okay too. I mean, again, there are players that are going to be on the board tomorrow when we go on to look at who's still available. We'll all know, but we'll go, holy crap, that guy's still there.
Yeah.
I hope he falls to Miami. You know. Now, does that pick Dalton? Does that do anything for a LeBron James? Any second round predictions? Kevin, again, I think that's where everybody was saying a wing or a guard in the first round for Miami. I've told Alex, I do think that they go big and guard or a wing player, but I thought it was going to be reversed. I think they were going center or in the first round, and then in the second round going that guard or a wing player. So that's where I'm leaning towards. I think for sure they're going to go wing or guard with that second pick. I would say probably, we brought up some names, but I think probably best waiting till tomorrow to make those type of, or maybe the end of the show. Once we know the first round is done, throw out some names at the top of the show, at the end of the show. I can see Atlanta drafting Jersey because I see a lot of Turkoglu when I look at his tape. Interesting comparison. Orlando, man. Orlando's right there, dude. They are right there.
Bro, he fell right to them. It's funny, they have a nice set of whiteboards. Austin Reeves, Dr. Net.
Yeah, Kevin, there you go. A Caleb replacement. True. John Morant posted on his Instagram after the Grizzlies selected Zach Edey. It's a scene from Rush Hour when he's about to leave, when Chris Tucker's about to leave the Asian house, and that's that giant Asian guy. He goes, "Oh shit, it's great." Question: with drafting where does that mean we might push to power forward now? Yes. If you're talking about Bam, yes, because again, everything okay, Alex?
Yeah.
So, your face, so you just got all serious. Yes, Anthony. This is something we talked at the top of the show. Something that UD spoke about. That when Stephen A. Smith talked to him about it, and Stephen and UD said he thinks that the Heat needed a big, and Bam and then he said Bam. He goes, hopefully, he said I'll speak for Bam. He wants a big. He wants a center. He wants to move to 4. He wants to move to the power forward position. So, yes, we're about to see Bam Adebayo at the 4, probably switching between center and 4, but at the 4. Yeah. And I think that's it. You're going to see a different Bam Adebayo next year, a more open Bam Adebayo, more comfortable Bam Adebayo, and probably the defensive player of the year finally because of who he's going to have next to him.
Exactly.
Next to him. Bam! There it is. Tristan Da Silva off the board, going to the Orlando Magic, a favorite of me and Alex. We talked about him. Like this pick.
Man, Magic's just the rich just get richer.
See, Jake got picked up earlier in the draft. Tristan just got picked up later, but we're still in the first round. We feel good.
He's going to the hometown team.
That's right. That's right.
His parents met in Orlando.
That's right.
It's a full circle moment.
It's a full circle moment. Oh my god.
So beautiful.
Let's see. I wonder. So far, I've seen some good reactions to the pick. I'm happy about that.
I mean, there's no one that should be upset at this pick.
No one.
But
Not one
someone's gonna obviously be upset. You have to be upset.
So does LeBron James like Dalton? Yeah, we'll see. Bam is at the 4. Where does that leave Nico? Nico is a rotation player. He can play the 3. He can play the 4.
Nico, if the roster stays the way, obviously depending on who you add, you can make a case. You can play. You can start Hero and Butler in the backcourt, Nico, Bam, and Ware. But they'll probably bring Ware as a backup 5 at the beginning. But
of course, unless he shows up in the camp and he plays great preseason, where they go, "Oh no, this guy needs to start." That's a different.
This sucks. What sucks about this is funny because now you have the comparisons. The last time we did this, the Sixers picked Maxey, right? We picked Precious Achiuwa. The Sixers picked McCain, which is a similar player to Maxey, and we picked Khalil Ware. So now that's one thing that you might see. That might be the only protest you see. Obviously, Ware is a completely different animal than Precious Achiuwa. So I would love the Ware pick. But that's the only thing you might see.
I don't know if it's Sunday or whenever we do it. Usually we've been doing it on Sundays for East Central Boys. I know we're going to have a lot of time to sit down and watch a lot more of his stuff, and we're going to be going nuts on it. Again, we haven't even had a chance really to react to the Florida Panthers winning the Stanley Cup. We did talk about it at the top of the show. It was what a finish. That's 4 of the major sports teams now all champions. Of course, we still have to wait on Inter Miami, but Dolphins need to win first. I need Dolphins, but Raptors are making their pick. They re-signed Scotty Barnes to a max deal.
Yes.
So they took care of their star. Now they make their pick to try to get their next star player, and who that might be, we will see.
They can go with Walter. We got Scotty Barnes. We got Jean George Filipowski. You can go for Bosky.
Yeah, Filipowski makes a lot of sense.
Dude, there's still some talent there. Now that you mentioned,
dude, there's a lot of players left.
Ryan Dunn looks like.
So, according to Fanspo, the Raptors, point guard, shooting guard, and center are severe. I guess severe needs, if that's what that means.
Yeah.
So, Filipowski makes a lot of sense, but there are still a lot of good point guards available. Isaiah Collier, Tyler Kolek,
Kevin.
Jacoby Walter.
Nico could play the point. Nico could be your point forward. I mean, you could play Nico's a huge lineup.
Nico's a point forward. That's just they haven't really used him at that point yet. But he could play point forward. Let's see here as we're waiting. 25 and 57 last year. That's crazy. Toronto. They got the 19th pick and the 31st pick in the round 2 at the start of the round 2, which is tomorrow. It's kind of crazy that there's 2 days now of the NBA draft. It's nuts, but Alex and I will be back on Friday for the NHL draft. No, I'm just kidding. No, we won't. We won't be back for the NHL draft. But I will say this. I said we'll be back for the NHL draft. But I will say this. Watching this, I followed hockey, but not like I do basketball or football or even baseball. But, I've been to some games. They're enjoyable and everything. I've seen the Panthers living up here a few times. But I could always enjoy a game, but I never enjoyed it really on TV. I'd flip the channel or I'd come back later and see. This was the first time I truly, and it probably because I had something in it in regards of it's my home team, but I just loved watching Florida. And now, to be honest, dude, I'm already looking forward to next season.
Mhm.
I'm hooked. You know, like I want to see who they take in the draft. I want to see free agency. It was a fun. Oh, here we go. Jacoby Walter, 19, going to Toronto.
That makes sense. That's a playmaker. Yeah, that makes
Good
sense
player
for them.
right here.
You got a build with athleticism there.
We are currently now at pick 20, Alex. We have 10 more picks left.
Woo!
This has gone by pretty fast.
It has.
I'm not complaining. I'm not complaining at all. I think it's really good. 103 people watching right now live. That's pretty cool. Appreciate you guys all tuning in. Everyone who's in the comments here interacting with us, thank you all. Watching a special episode of East 10th Street Boys on Wednesday night. That's usually our time, but we've switched to Sundays just because of how the schedule works. And I actually enjoy Sunday mornings. I'm not going to lie to you. I enjoy earlier days.
It's great. I love it. I love it. It's a different context.
Yeah, for sure.
You're fresh. You're not tired. But hey, I keep looking back at where, and I just keep looking. I'm like, the lineups you could run at times, and especially, for example, if Highsmith is re-signed, I think Martin's going to walk. Depending on the situations you have,
yeah,
you can have an interesting set of lineups where you're really playing and you're creating a bunch of mismatches. If you keep Rozier, if you keep Hero, if there's no subsequent move for Mitchell.
Do you think they'd actually move Rozier? I think at least.
I will bring him off the bench. I don't think they move him. I will bring him off the bench if you go that route. I think it'll be. Imagine him. There's so many things you could do. Richardson's going to come back. He's probably going to get the player option. Kevin Love is probably going to exercise his player option. So that's a depth piece. But he's not going to be a rotational player per se. He's your veteran now. He's your veteran presence in the locker room. Alondes Williams probably will get some time. Try to crack the rotation. You're going to have talent. You're going to have talent in size. You're going to have productive size. It just comes down to what happens. But you mentioned Ryan Dunn is a name to keep an eye out. I'm not saying don't monitor it. Maybe if it's first round, like late first round. But if that's someone that you really want and he's there and you can't wait for him in the second round, you make the push. You make the move for it.
And people forget Rozier. He had a major injury. Hopefully, he's healthy before the start of the season. But they forget that he is a very good damn player. He was doing great in Charlotte. So if he remains on the team or he's a starting guard, point guard, whatever, you're gonna have a solid player there. And it's still again, if there's no trades, Rare, Bam, Jimmy, Hero, Rozier, whoever you draft in the second round. But again, I do believe trades will happen. I believe he might go maybe using Hero and to dangle and get a legit point guard, or again, you could get a good guy in the second round.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Also, this move now, once it comes into play, the longer the Mitchell extension is not announced, the more noise it creates. And after the draft now, you'll start see some dominoes starting to fall in regards to Paul George, Klay Thompson. A lot of those scenarios will start sorting themselves out. But like I mentioned, the thing that you're going to see now, also with Orlando going with Tristan da Silva, they want to make sure Khalil Ware. I think, like I told you, I think he's different. But with McCain and Tristan da Silva, you had scoring, you had 3-point shooting. So they're going to focus on this, laser focus. And I'm not saying it's going to put pressure on Ware because I think he's in the perfect system. but they're gonna do the constant comparisons of, oh, Miami could have picked the silver, Miami could have picked that. But if Ware continues to develop the way he does, I don't think there's gonna be an issue at all, man. I really don't.
No.
Tyron Kolek.
Well, you're usually wrong, Clutch. So I'm okay. We're okay. Clutch is not happy with the pick.
Who? Khalil Ware?
Yeah.
What do you want?
He says most people like this pick. He's officially worried. Cleveland is taking Jalen Tyson at number 20.
Oh,
Jalen Tyson,
play, bro. That was a second
shooting guard out of California.
Yep, that was a second round option for us.
But again, people go, "Oh, he's gonna be a buzz. He got him in the first round." Well, again, you can't judge that in this draft.
No, not at all.
That's why Anthony bringing up earlier, Jurasek in the first end of the first round. Again, it's a second round type of player or projected second round. You can get him in the first round and not going to kill you.
You know, it's also a name to keep an eye out. Tyler Smith from Ignite.
Tyler Smith,
If he's there late first round or if he continues to fall, because the more these talent falls, the more he falls. So that's a name to watch because he's productive. He's a tall wing. And it's crazy. I mean, you can still get Collier if you want, but that's probably going to go. Phoenix can get Collier. Phoenix needs him. We got the Pelicans. Pelicans will probably go wing. Oh no, Pelicans will probably go size too, but. We watch.
God, look at those numbers. Khalil Ware out of Indiana, 16 points per game, 10 rebounds, 2 blocks, 59% from field goal percentage, 43% from three. I mean, are we kidding? Like, how can you not be, who at that point can you say, man, we could have got him. We should got him. This is a solid pick. Oh, we need a guy who could shoot threes. He shoots threes. Oh, we need a guy he does that. We need a guy who can shoot from mid-range. He does that. But now you got size. You have a 7-footer. You have a guy who can play defense. You have a guy who frees Bam up. Bam can continue playing at center, but you move him from center now to 4. And then you have him paired up with Ware.
You got two hybrid power forward centers. And then you have hybrid Jovic, point guard, power forward, small forward. I'm telling you, you have versatility in all positions. That's what I think they value the most. And you have size. Because even if you go keep Hero and Butler, he's 6'5", 6'7". You have size. So now you went from being a small team and playing small ball to being functional, quick, and you're 7 feet tall, 6'11", 6'10".
And this tells you, and this goes for future reference for us and for fans out there who always want to play, armchair GM. The Heat are hypersensitive and aware of what they need and what they need to improve on. A lot of people are screaming guard before the draft all week. We need a guard. We got this guy is 6'1", 5'10", all this. And again, are you watching the games? Are you listening to the player? UD, someone who's entwined with the Heat. Are you watching the games? Do you understand the Heat needed size? Mm-hmm. This was an obvious pick. They got the pick. And it's a damn good pick. It's not a questionable one. Again, you would have been fine with Edey. You would have been fine with Klingon. Those guys were gone. Again, you go Flipowski. The only difference with Flipowski, again, I would have loved offensive threat. He's an offensive threat.
Yeah, but he's not a defensive presence.
Defense
rebounding.
This guy is an all-rounded player. He's an all-rounded good pick. Mm-hmm. He's from the interior post. He could go from mid-range, three-pointer, inside defense. You need this. You got this. Now it's up to the Heat to develop him, and I think they will. And like you said, I don't expect him to start day one because no rookie should be expected to start day one. But if the Heat had luck, let's say with a Jaime last year, I expect them to say, hey, you know what? We could do this again with our next first-round pick. So they might say, let's get him let's see how he does in the summer league. Let's see how it rolls out, and if he's then we might see some pushing. To the question that could he be involved in a trade? Again, you never could sleep on any young player on a trade. But here's why I say that might not be the case. If you would have got Jared McCain or any of these other guys that we were talking about earlier that were taken after the Heat's pick, then you could have said, okay, this could be used on a trade. But because they took a center, because they took size, and Miami needed size, then that's why I don't think this move is potentially moved. Where work ethic questions just surprised me to be a Heat pick. Feels like the opposite from Jaime. I haven't seen anything on his work ethic. I can't talk. Acknowledge it, but speak on that because I don't know. So I have to look that up. So it's a good point. I'll look that up. But again, if Spo signs off, Pat Riley signs off, the star team, I'm sure Bam was in on it because obviously the Heat and UD. I think that they're comfortable with this pick and they're comfortable with what they could do with this pick. I think this is the 7 foot. The last 7 foot center we had was Hassan Whiteside, right?
What's that? Whiteside, yeah. I want to see how far Tyler Smith keeps dropping because there's a legit chance.
Dude, Isaiah Collier is still falling.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, bro.
Here's another center off the board. New Orleans taking Messi at 21.
There you go.
Ivy's Messi taken at 21 for
Collier.
the New Orleans Pelicans. However it falls, for any team in the second round, you're going to end up with a solid pick in the second round. Right now I can't tell you. Again, some of these guys could be off the board by the end of the night, but still, where are we now? We're at pick 20. We're at 21, but they made their pick. I don't know why. I hate ESPN is so damn slow. But Phoenix 22. So we're a few picks away from the finale here. But again, there are some damn good players still on this board that could be available by tomorrow. And the Heat, where are the Heat tomorrow on the?
Yeah.
What pick do they have in the second round? Let's see.
43.
43.
Yeah, they might have to move up if they see somebody they really like.
13. They got the 13th pick in the second round.
Correct.
So, okay.
Let's see. I'm really interested to see if Phoenix go with Collier or Milwaukee. Milwaukee might go with Filipowski if he's there, because they might start moving on from Brook Lopez.
Alejandro Solana, the post-game and pre-game host, pre and post-game show host for the Miami Heat radio, says Clearware is a huge Chipotle fan. That's all he needs to see. I'm all in on this pick. Here you go. I see a lot more love than hate on this pick, which is awesome to see. Roberto Luongo eating pasta out of the Stanley Cup. That's hilarious. Wow. Man, they do everything in that damn cup.
Yeah, that's the funny one.
Gotta wash that damn thing. What? The Luongo, does he have a part in the organization? Is he an advisor to the GM or
who?
Roberto Luongo?
Yeah, I believe he's part of the front office. Yeah, he's definitely an advisor or a consultant.
Oh, there you go, Kevin. Thank you. Seems like the issues were more prevalent at Oregon before transferring to Indiana. Supposedly has matured, and the improvement was evident in the stats. And I would say, too, to see his emotion that he carried when he got drafted is huge, too.
Yes.
He wasn't like
he wanted
showing
to be
off.
Here.
Yeah, he was happy to be drafted. I think he knows what this means. So exciting to see for him. Here's that next pick. Eves Missy. This is some cool news. The Humane Society of Broward County is celebrating the Florida Panthers Stanley Cup victory by offering half-priced adoptions fees for all cats. That's
Not
pretty
bad.
neat. So
That's cool.
So the people living in South Florida, in Fort Lauderdale, especially in the Broward County area, well, even in Miami, if you're thinking about getting an animal, a cat, go up to the Humane Society of Broward County. Go get yourself a nice kitten or a kitty cat, and
Kit Kat.
get them for half price. Kitty cat. Alex and I we both have dogs, but we started off as cat people.
Yes, correct.
Murray and Nemo, right? Nemo,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mimo. Yeah.
Mimo.
Mimo.
So we started off. I've always we had dogs at my house, Ralph and all that. But my first official pet for me was a cat. Was Murray,
That's okay.
all white, and then Mimo was black and white. And we think they came from the same litter, right?
Yeah, we think so.
I think they both came from the same litter. But let's see here. So very cool. Skip Bayless. Betcha Pat Riley just got himself another player. You're damn right we did. Oh, are they already selling his jersey, dude? Did I just see that? Gosh. Chris Jericho. Put a shirt on, dude. Damn. Sorry, I didn't mean to do that. Got our guy. Okay. I guess you get his jersey with his name on it.
Oh, okay.
Or put
They
his
already picked
name
his
on
number?
No. They said they get the jersey, but it was 0-0.
Of course.
Another love thrower with no love thrower. Battered Heat fans from the Battered Heat Fans podcast likes the pick as well. Just sent me a tweet. He says, I like the pick also. He's thinking about moving Bam to the 4, but that would be down the line. He doesn't think, as we do, he's going to start immediately. Yeah, we both believe he'll be a rotation player starting the season.
Correct.
So I think we all the Heat podcasters are probably in agreement. Phoenix on the clock. What are the Phoenix Suns going to do? Pick is in.
You got to go Isaiah Collier, hopefully.
Oh, wait a second. Trading the pick to Denver. The Denver Nuggets send number 28 and 56, two future second-round picks to the Suns. And the Denver Nuggets select Darren Holmes. Whoa.
There you go.
Getting more size there in Denver.
Getting bigger. That was my second big behind Ware I would have loved.
Yeah. There you go. So the Phoenix pick is going to Denver. It's a trade. Phoenix gets a buttload of picks. And Darren Holmes going to Denver. Milwaukee is on the clock. Sorry, I didn't mean it. Let's see here. Yeah, Tati, that's right. The Hawk Tour girl. Tati just posted on Twitter that Hawk Tour girl better trademark the phrase because I'm already seeing brands making post about it. Get your money, woman. I think she did. I thought I saw them selling merchandise already. I forgot who told me yesterday. I think my cousin Dennis called me and told me that she got fired from her job or something. I didn't see that though. That sucks for her though. She did. Supposedly, yeah, she was a school teacher and they fired her, which is kind of dumb. She's doing her own thing. She didn't do nothing bad. She let her What's she supposed to do? You're on mute, Alex.
Yeah,
case you
I don't
need
know
to be
why.
mute. Sorry.
No. So it's like I don't understand why the overreaction of. I mean, I understand what was said and and what it's insinuating, but come on, man. If that's the case, like people got to open up a little bit. You see more of the roster construction, Bob. This move with Phoenix shows you what they're trying to do. They're trying to surround with some certain. They're trying to surround their core with complementary pieces, but at an affordable price because they cannot afford to spend money anywhere else. They can't do the biennial exception. They can't do anything.
Listen, and I see this. Oh, okay. I thought she was a bartender. I don't know. Dennis said she was a teacher, or he saw she was a teacher and she got laid off. Who knows? But people are trying to find her. I'm sure she knows people are looking for her if they are. What was I going to say? Regards of was it the Heat's pick that I was going to talk about? The hell was I going to talk about till I saw Tati's message?
Right here. For Miami Heat's young core: Bam Adebayo, Khalil Ware, Nikola Jovic, Jaime Jaquez, Tyler Hero. That sounds like a starting lineup right there.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, you didn't even have to make a move. And
no,
but I agree with it. I agree. From Twitter, Jai _305 says he Loki wants the Heat to trade up from 43. If there was a draft to do it, it's this one.
It is.
That's
yes.
true. But it's also true too that if there's a draft not to get desperate and move up, it's this one.
Exactly.
Because there are some decent players. But yeah, there's players here that if you trade up, you have an excuse to, because you can get yourself a very good player at one of these picks in the mid-20s. The Buccaneers, the Milwaukee Bucks are making their pick.
See now.
Oh, that's what I was going to ask you. Bronny James, still not selected so far. Does he fall out of the first round?
Yeah, for sure. Bronny's not a first-round talent right now, but I believe he will be drafted. Maybe late round, second round. Someone's gonna draft him, and I still think he's gonna be a decent combo guard in the NBA because he does remind me a lot of, for example, like a Drew Holiday. Bronny James can shoot the ball. Now, Bryce's brother, when Bryce James declares, Bryce James will be the first overall pick of the draft because he does have the size. Oh man, that kid is gonna be special. But Bronny is a great combo guard, and Bronny has elite athleticism. He has his dad's athleticism, even more so than Bryce. Like, Bronny James can jump, man, and he can fly down the court.
The one player I'll say, too, I brought this name up earlier, but somebody to kind of look for if the Heat stay in the second round and if the board starts to clean itself up, because we're talking about possible guard, and I brought his name up earlier, Alex, to remember tomorrow as well, is Juan Nunez out of Spain.
Yeah,
6'4", 190. Only issue with him though is his shooting. He's a good playmaker and ball handler. But it's his jumper. It kind of reminds me a little bit of the situation with Fultz. So if you could get past that,
you can get it.
Yeah. I'm trying to see where.
This is a great move by Denver, by the way, when they pick Holmes, because obviously that switches up. They're probably going to do something with Michael Porter Jr.
In regards to Bronny James, Rich Paul, Bronny's agent and his dad's agent too, Rich Paul said on ESPN that the Mavericks, the Dallas Mavericks, Toronto Raptors, and Minnesota Timberwolves as potential destinations for Bronny. So interesting that he would actually name names. Again, I think Kevin brought up the Lakers at 55. I think that makes sense, especially in the second round if he's still there. And again, if they're really trying, again, it would be a sole Lakers thing if they really want to bring him in, bring back LeBron, if they'd go ahead and draft his son just so they can do it. Man, when I read up that article that Jeannie Buss got rid of Jerry West,
that's
because he dared criticize her relationship with Phil. It's like, are you kidding me, bro? Like, that's why that's why you're the organization what you are now.
Mm-hmm.
But we won the championship in the bubble. Let's be real. Because what have you done after? Nothing. You've
And
done
that team
zero.
was nice. They crippled that team and they dismantled that team. And that team could have contended with Kyle Kuzma, even Josh Hart. No,
Yeah.
Josh Hart had been moved already. Kyle Kuzma, Rondo. That team was nice. Bucks, damn, the Bucks room was empty.
We are waiting on the 23rd pick, which is the Milwaukee Bucks. Doc Rivers is still the coach, I think.
Yes.
Who knows nowadays with the Bucks? This has to be an important pick for them because they can't sign nobody. They're kind of locked in.
No,
There's nothing This pick is
it.
very important, you know.
And they might move Brook. They might move on from Brook, but
oh yeah, I heard about Brook Lopez.
That's one player that came up. I just saw the name came up on the board. The Diet. I've heard about him, and I think he's an intriguing prospect.
So, Battered Heat fans asked on Twitter, do you think we end up with Mitchell? This is Mitchell, the center from the New York Knicks.
Yeah.
Do you think a lot of people have been saying Trae Young, but I'd rather have I'm sorry, Donovan Mitchell. I'm so sorry. Donovan Mitchell. Not Mitchell from the Knicks, but I did see his name connected to Miami. But do you think we end up with Donovan Mitchell? A lot of people have been saying Trae Young, but I'd rather have Mitchell. Again, it depends on who you're willing to give up. And, are the Cavaliers expected to, are they made the decision to move on from Mitchell if he doesn't sign that extension? And are they willing not to take the 15th pick? Because I think that would have been agreed to already because now you don't have control over that pick. So can the Heat trade their pick next year?
I think they promised they don't have the right to the pick next year. First round?
That's what I thought. Yeah.
I think OKC owns that's the reason they were able to trade the pick this year because they can't trade first round picks on back-to-back years or not have their rights. So they have the right. OKC, I believe, has a right to a pick swap. Least favorable for us, obviously. New York, you say New York now picks back-to-back. Then New York is going to, oh man. New York, you got Keyshawn George. You got
New York.
Bro, New York can go with Collier and oh my God, Filipowski and come out and ball it. But they might do Ryan Dunn. Ryan Dunn's a specialist, so they might go Ryan Dunn.
Well, if they move on from Randall, Filipowski makes a lot of sense. Filipowski there. Man, you gotta like what New York is doing though.
Amazing. Amazing. Right now their roster, you can argue, the second best team in the Eastern Conference. And this team could have given the Celtics a fight. The way they're built on the perimeter, oh man. Josh Hart, Bridges. See, that's a player I don't mind that he getting. Pacome the Diet. 6'8" from France.
Yeah. For sure. Oh man. Look long enough. Wow. That's. I mean, I don't know if you count anything as a reach in this draft, but there's a second rounder that goes in the first round.
Man.
But he's there. Good for him, man.
That's good. That's good.
That's good. Good for him. Guard out of the United States. Aren't they all out of the United States? No, it's fine.
Wow.
We've had 4 Frenchmen and now 1 guy out of the United States. That's great. From Australia's NBL league.
Oh, okay.
From
That's
Fresno, California. Yeah, there it is. That makes sense now. So there you go. AJ Johnson going to the Milwaukee Bucks. The New York Knicks are the next 2 picks, pick 24 and 25. Seems like the draft slowed down a little bit, doesn't it?
Yeah, towards this end. Because now some decisions
hell?
are made, some phone calls are being made.
Yeah, trades and
Yeah, AJ Johnson can play, bro. He really can play. Like I said, it was a reach, but
it's all right. Again, this is the draft to do it. I mean, if you believe in a guy that he's there for a reason. He's in that green room, you know. So now the Knicks, do they use both of these picks, or could they use this in a trade here?
I think they use it.
Flapowski makes sense.
I'm telling you, Washington at 25 is sitting perfect because they're going to be able to get someone, whether it's, Kolek, you can go Kolek. Ryan Dunn's the name that keeps sticking out. Because if we lose Martin, for example, I do see that he's making a play for Dunn.
Shams is working hard right now.
Shams? Yeah.
Yeah.
This is nonstop.
So the next picks, of course, we got 2 to New York, 24, 25. Washington at 26. Minnesota 27. Denver 28. Utah 29. And finishes Boston at 30. I'm thinking for tomorrow, if it all works out, I'm thinking we could do a reaction to the second pick.
To the second pick, yeah. Because I'm going to be on the road still.
Yeah.
I'll probably be driving.
So we could do, depending on how everything works out. If anything,
yeah, that's fine.
The second pick, and then
that's fine. We'll do a quick compact. That's perfect.
So so you're going to Penn State, and then where are you driving after that? You going back to the hotel, or are you going to go?
Going back to the hotel. Yeah.
So how many hours away from Penn State are you?
2 hours and 45 minutes, close to 3 hours.
Oh wow! Why didn't you guys stay closer to Penn State?
Because we want to stay here as the hub, and kind of just drive that day, make it a day out of it, come back.
Gotcha.
But yeah, I thought it was like an hour and a half. I did not know it was 3 hours until we got here. So we messed up.
That's all right.
But I prefer it out of the way because
you get to drive through Pennsylvania.
Bro,
you get to drive through,
Downtown Philly's beautiful too, man. I like that old construction. I love it.
Are you guys going to Pittsburgh at all?
Yeah.
You are,
towards,
okay.
Towards the end, yeah.
Josh, he's in Philadelphia right now. Josh Wingate asking where you at. You are in the city of Philly.
Close to downtown Philly, yeah.
Downtown Philly. His daughter is visiting colleges, so they're traveling to Penn State tomorrow.
Yes.
But he's going to be staying in Philly. Until what? Till tomorrow, right? Tomorrow night, or no, the day after tomorrow?
4 days. So the day after.
Oh, okay, 4 days.
Yeah, 4 days,
yes. You'll be there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's see. Where do they have Tyler Smith? Why does he keep falling?
I'm so hungry. I haven't eaten dinner. You are 1.5 hours away from Josh Wingate.
Nice.
Yeah, you're right there.
Right there, man. Oh, Knicks are trading the pick
Oh, see, I just asked you that.
to the Wizards. There you go.
Oh, there you go. You know, I just say things and they come true. It's like whatever, man. Keyshawn George out of Miami going to Washington. All right.
Nice.
There you go. I love that. Good. Got some representation on the U. So Knicks traded 24 to the Wizards for pick 26 and 51. So they're basically going, okay, we'll give you this one, and we're going to go, you know. George
Yeah, we'll swap picks.
Do you think like Raj and Shams actually hate each other?
Whoa, yeah. Shams was under Raw.
I remember that
when they were in Yahoo, and there's a lot of animosity between them because of I don't know how it ended. I don't know if Woj was kind of like overworking Shams or taking advantage of Shams, but Shams is more of a player representative, realistically.
Yeah.
You know, and Woj is mostly for NBA front offices.
Yeah, they were that whole job situation. Well, so first they liked Jay, but then they found out this guy's available and they went all in on him. But since they didn't, fell back on it. It's like, come on, Rose, it's okay, dude. Just drop it.
Just let it go, bro. Let it go.
Let it go, my man.
I think it'll be all right.
Yeah. You. So a show that I'm watching currently that me and my wife are watching. Alice, can you hear me okay?
Now I can hear you okay. Yeah, there was a period that you were kind of like something on and off. Like you would come on and then off. So I figured it was just like static weather or something.
Oh my. Okay, let me see. Thank you for Tati for waiting till the end of the show to say that. Towards the end of the show.
Oh no, it just happened now. It didn't happen.
Oh,
before.
okay.
Yeah, you're good. You're good.
Am I good now?
Yeah, you're great.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Tua, spit on the thing. Anyway. I don't remember if you said that you started or you have before watched The Boys or not.
No, I haven't started.
Okay. So, I love that show. I've been watching The Boys, and I'm in between episodes right now in the season. But I remember that they had a spin-off series, which is called Gen V, which is the younger Supes, people with powers. They go to their university. And so I said, let's just turn this on and just watch this. And it's actually got me hooked. That show, you got to turn on those series, man. You would love to watch it. I know you will for sure.
I'm going to watch it.
You'll get hooked, man. Gen V is a damn good show. So how many people are sleeping right now in your room? Are they all still up?
We got 2.5.
2.5 sleeping?
Yeah. One is in and out.
Who's fighting it?
My son. He's watching something. Yeah. And he slept a few hours already in the afternoon because he was exhausted, man.
Hey, it's a long flight. You wake up very early. You got a long ride tomorrow. What time are you guys leaving tomorrow?
We're leaving here at 8:00.
Oh, okay, that's good. You guys, you got plenty of time. Maybe 8 hours.
Yeah.
And wake up early,
we'll
have some
breakfast here, and then we'll head out.
9, 10, 11, noon. So we'll get there by noon probably because you got to stop.
Yeah. Probably because she needs to check in by 12:30. So, yeah, we want to go. My target time is to be like around 11:30, pushing it. So
yeah, it's tight. Yeah. It's tight like a tiger.
It's tight like a tiger.
Remember that? Tight like a tiger.
Yeah, tight like a tiger.
It's tight like a tiger. It's funny because I know, like me, I look at the time and go, oh, it's only 9:46. But it's like, oh, wait, 10:46 where you're at. But I know you're a late, you're a late person.
But I could tell you're starting to. Yeah, man. It's like, oh, wake up, boy. We got a couple more picks to go.
We got one more, two more,
Yeah, what?
3 more, 4 more.
Yeah, you keep adding picks.
You see, New York's operating on budget. Yep.
Oh, I love it. It's like, we're just gonna wrap it up. And then all of a sudden, the Heat trade up. Son of a bit. No, it's like, we'll just finish it off.
No, and I think I might. If you see me just pop out and just like completely fall off, it's probably that the iPad ran out of battery.
Oh,
So
look at that.
if you see me,
boy,
just go,
you're in a room. Plug the damn thing in.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to find where plug it over there.
So, there you go.
Pass my charger, see point.
Josh says Philly is fun. You can catch a real team play baseball while you're there.
Oh, I see.
Damn.
That's all right.
But no, there is a team you want to watch play. What team was it that you told me the other day that you want to go? Say, is it Pittsburgh?
Oh yeah, I just want to go see PNC Park.
Yeah. So you want to see Pittsburgh. You don't want to see Philly. You don't want to see the
I'm all right. I'm all right.
Yeah. Let's see. So now the Knicks are making this pick. And let's see if we are going to find it.
Let's see. Let me connect this here. Let's move now. My face over here. Boom. There we go.
So you guys can hear me okay now?
Yeah, I can hear you fine.
All right, good. All right. Today. That hurt like hell. God, that hurt like hell.
You got the funny bone?
No, I sneezed and it hurt my back, like during my shoulder, between my shoulder blade.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
We're at the age where you sneeze and you're like, you dislocate 3 shoulders.
It's like, it's like one of those. You ever seen those? Like, oh God, fall on the floor, break your back. Like, God dang. Yeah, no, man. Oh my God, I don't know why it is. Sometimes like it won't bother me, and other times I don't know if it's me sitting down on this chair or what.
It could be.
All of a sudden, it's just that sneeze. Like, it's like hell. All right, let's. All right, New York, speed it up. Oh, here he is. Like one of your guys, Alex. New York is selecting Pacome Diet out of France at 25.
Oh, there you go.
He is after the
boy. Develop too.
That's right. And they're rebuilding, right? Is that who's rebuilding? No, not them. It's the Brooklyn Nets. They are a playoff team.
Yeah.
Look at that. Kelly Ware via Zoom call with the media, Miami media. He says just being at the 5 position to help Bam out with him potentially going to the 4. So they talked about it. It's discussed, man.
Of course.
People argue against it.
Khalil Ware will wear number 7.
Oh, is that? I didn't see that. Where was that?
Yeah, Miami Heat.
Oh, there you go. Let's see. He says, not many people can do what I can do at 7 foot tall.
That's true. Now you got Isaiah Collier. The Knicks, I'm telling you, the Knicks could run another team here. Or you got Ryan Dunn or Filipowski.
Oh, here you go. Poor old man sneezes again. Here's Harrison. Oh, wait. Hello. Man, I'm doing the show, man. No, it's not over. Pick 26, man.
doing the show.
All right. It's a good draft, man. All right. Hit you up after. Can't right now. Appreciate you though. All right, bye. I'll talk to you after. He goes, hey. Yeah. Fuck you and Alex, boy. I sent him a picture of us. Ew. When that was earlier, he texted me. I was like, I'm busy, boy. Play Fortnite. Well, I'm busy, dude. Grown ass man. I did win Fortnite last night. Got the victory royale.
You did?
Yeah. Domination.
Now Minnesota's there again. I'm telling you, Minnesota has a nice little.
Come on, New York. You got the next pick. Like, how, you already know what the next pick
You
is.
just sent 2 of them, bro. Send both of them in.
Like give the guy 2 cards. Tell him come on up. I'm all out of love. I'm so lost without you. God. That's right. I'm working from home tomorrow. I just remembered that. BBB. That's my happy sound. I go BBB.
That's right.
BBB. Man, we're almost at 3 hours, and we still got 105 people tuning in with us, following up the draft. That's awesome, man. I appreciate all you guys staying with us, enjoying this with us. The New York Knicks are making their pick. It's a 26th pick in the first round. Tell you what, there's been some surprises, but it's been a clean draft. Ellie keeps screaming, hey, like someone is hurting her. Breaking news, no one is. There you go. She's a Melendez. Drama. So please ignore that sound. I heard it a little bit. I don't know if anybody else heard her, but there's still so many good players still on the board that you would think that I thought were first rounders, early first rounders. Come on.
Tyler Smith's names comes up. I really like Tyler Smith.
I'm starting to really hate the Knicks right now.
They're solid, man. They're solid next year.
Yeah, I know. No, I'm hating that they're taking so damn long.
And they got Brunson at a bargain because Brunson, when he gets his extension, then they're going to get really expensive.
Yeah, you see right now, a few Heat Twitterverse in the Twitterverse right now are saying, I hope they don't want to say his name, but Isaiah Collier's still on the board. They said, man, trade up and get him.
Hey.
But again, I mean, I'm not against it. I would not be against it at this point, but again, just chill.
Yeah, maybe I wait and trade for Ryan Dunn or Tyler Smith. Even Cameron Christie, that kid's pretty good too.
Say who? I'm sorry.
Cameron Christie.
Oh yeah. The Boston Celtics have the chance to do the funniest thing with the 30th pick tonight. If Bronny is still on the board, he will be on the board. I think it'll be hilarious. But again, as much as I hate the Boston Celtics, I'm forgetting his name right now, but they're the guy who runs their front office, Brad Stevens. You got to give him all the credit in the world, man. That dude, I doubt he'd do something for S and Giggles.
Mm-hmm.
They're probably gonna come away probably with Collier or Flipowski, just for S and Giggles. They're trading the pick. Oklahoma City Thunder. Is that what I just heard?
There you go. Yep.
Oh, I'm hearing. It's funny as I have mine on mute and yours is playing, so that's how I heard it. I'm like, I'm listening to it, but it's from you. It's not from my TV. I'm like, so OKC gets that pick. So there we go.
Perfect. So they get another
OKC,
second pick probably.
Yeah, OKC via the Oklahoma City Thunder, selected from New York via New York
Dylan Jones, shooting guard out of Weber State, 6'4", 237. I think I got some size on him, 237. Damn. Weber State. Dylan Jones, Alex, going to OKC.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Not bad at all. So now we're at 27.
And New York gets more draft capital.
That's right. Okay, yeah, there you go. Iowa Windeman has it on there. He'd announced where we'll wear number 7, which is interesting because Cal Lowry had asked Goran Dragic permission before taking it, which now means we know Dragic's Heat number will not be retired. Okay, I'll say this. I'm not a fan of, not too big of a fan really, of retiring numbers.
Yeah.
Jersey numbers. It could get, it doesn't make sense unless you're like an all-time great. I'll say, oh, but he's an all-time great at my team. Okay, but let's be real. But it's like, I don't want to be blasphemous, but I like Dragic. I love Dragic, but I don't think that was a retired jersey type of situation for Dragic.
No, I mean, no, not at all. And I know Kyle Lowry asked for permission because they just traded Goran. So it's a different team as well. They traded him for Goran. So I don't see the situation where, honestly, one of the franchise's things that I've never understood is Glenn Rice. Glenn Rice's number is not retired, and no one has worn 41 after him that I'm aware of.
See, that's different. Like, to me, like, you would say, okay, you know what? No, technically it's not retired, but we're not going to just give you this number. Like, if we drafted, let's say, let's say Khalil Ware, right? Let's say 32. Was Shaq 32 for the Heat? Even though I don't know if, or let's say number 1, right? Chris Bosh. Nobody wears number 1. Now you go, hey, you know what? Nobody wears it. It's not retired technically, but no one's going to wear that unless we think you're. But you say, you know what? Okay, we think we believe in you. We think you're going to be an immediate impact player. We're going to give you this jersey. That's how I think it should be handled. Not okay. Oh, you're great. We're going to retire your jersey. Now, if you're Dwayne Wade of the Miami Heat, or LeBron James, I guess, but you're one of those greats. Then it's like, okay, let's put your jersey away. No one's ever going to wear this jersey again. When they say, oh, retire 12 throughout the whole NFL for Tom Brady, get out of here. Nice. Aaron Rodgers, which again, doofus, but Bob Greasy, Terry Bradshaw. No, we're not going to retire. The same thing as 23. It's like, come on, I get it. Now, for your team, the Bulls, no one should wear 23 on the Bulls ever again. No, but of course not. Across the NBA, that's one of those things. Like, I don't agree with the Heat on doing that, retiring Jordan's number. It's like, come on, dude. Yeah, I'm not a fan of retiring numbers unless it's like special. Oh, wow. They sent 5 second-round picks to the New York Knicks for that pick.
Are you serious?
Yep.
Oh, the Knicks are starting to see. The Knicks are starting to load up.
They are retiring numbers like Halloween candy. No joke. Jeez, Lou, Ellie.
Jesus.
Did you hear that? Was it my dad voice? But I'm going to have to mute myself. That's when Tati would go, hey, stop it. When I start going, hey, dad voice. She's mad, boy. She is mad. Timberwolves proposed trade from San Antonio. So this is going to San Antonio? Is this San Antonio's pick?
Who?
This pick here, it says Minnesota, but proposed trade from San Antonio. Or was this originally San Antonio's pick?
That was your original. I think that was the original one.
Oh, okay.
Who's going to go here? I have a nice. You got Denver, Utah. Denver picks again. They're retiring numbers like Halloween candy.
I'll watch that later. We are currently at pick 27. 3 more picks left after this one here, Alex.
Yep, we got Denver, Utah, and Boston.
And here's Minnesota's pick. Minnesota is selecting Terrence Shannon Jr. at 27. Terrence Shannon Jr. Let me see. Do I have? Take a look at best player available here. Here we go. Oops. Crap. I hate this. Out of Illinois, shooting guard, Terrence Shannon Jr. 6'6", 219. One of the best players in college basketball last season, scoring in bunches, being assertive, and pulling up from the dribble. Turned in several huge games. Again, a team like Minnesota, who was on the cusp of going to the final. Big move here. But again, damn. Ryan Dunn, Isaiah Collier, Kyle Flipowski, all still on the board, going almost close into round 2. Another player to look at for tomorrow, I saw his name there, just remember me, is Harrison Ingram out of North Carolina. Nikolai Durchik still on the board. That's a name we talked about earlier. Cam Spencer out of UConn. Tomorrow's going to be so much fun. That's going to be like when the real fun begins, just because those are players that no one's going to be surprised about. You're on mute, Alex.
Forgot to unmute myself. Tomorrow's the scouting department. Those are scouting picks. That's what
yes. Here we go. Ryan Dunn off the board to Phoenix. So the Phoenix trade up to Denver's pick, huh?
Nice. And they got a defensive presence, which they needed.
Ryan Dunn off the board goes to the Phoenix Suns. You know what, Phoenix? For being fast with your pick. You didn't wait. You didn't stall. You didn't just sit there and scratch your cojones. You know, you went right away. Said, here's the pick. Let's roll. Hopefully, Utah, whoever the hell's next on the board here. I didn't see a trade details, but I guess that's what just happened. So.
Let's see. Tracing everything.
It's okay. It's okay. We're live. We've been on for 3 hours. It's totally normal. You know, what can you do? Can't keep her in the room forever, you know. It's late. She's probably mad because she can't be here.
Send some picks number 22. The Nuggets are sending Phoenix number 8, number 56. And teacher picks.
Is that the trade?
No, that was the previous one. The one with Denver and the Suns at 22.
Yeah. What's the trade details?
Nuggets are sending Phoenix number 28, number 56, and 2 future seconds.
Denver sent that to Phoenix?
Denver, yeah, sending it to Phoenix.
What's Phoenix getting back?
The Nuggets are getting 28. Phoenix is getting 28, 56, and 2 second-round picks. Because Denver traded for the Suns picks at 22.
Oh,
That's
got you. Oh, okay. That makes sense. Okay, so this is a previously proposed trade. God, I hate them. I hate them so much. It makes no sense to me whatsoever, but whatever. All right, so there you go. Ryan Dunn off the board with this pick. This is going to Phoenix, even though Denver is on the TV there. We got 2 more picks. 2 more picks. We will not wait for their broadcast to end. We will wrap it up after that. This is cool, man. Happy with the Miami Heat's pick. Good first round. Again, Alex brought it up earlier. Anthony Bennett.
Yeah.
hopefully that's not that type of situation. I think Anthony Bennett could have been a good player in a decent situation, but he was in a bad Cleveland team. Or all right, come on. Play games with me. Watch Boston get like 10 minutes wait time. Ceremony. I swear to God, if this guy Jason Tatum comes out and does some stupid thing, I'm gonna lose my mind. I can't stand his face, dude. I don't care. He's a great player, right? He's great. He's a good player. He's a great player. But it's like, I'm glad I'm not the only one who thought it was cringeworthy, everything he was doing.
No.
Because it was so rehearsed. I heard it on the radio the other day, and I was like, thank goodness. It was on NBA radio on Sirius XM. They were talking about how ingenuine it was.
Yeah.
Everything he was doing. It's just like, how could you, the biggest moment of your career, you've done it. You're a world champion or the basketball world finals champion, and then you go there and you start doing these rehearsed things so you could get your moment. That way now you're you can say I'm immortal. The championship alone is immortal. You're already there. But to me, it felt like, oh, I'm going to do something that way they could use my clip on everything. They got the Dwayne Wade throwing up the basketball. They have the LeBron jumping. They got Kevin Garnett. Anything is possible. Kobe Bryant, in the back, just thinking, they have all that. And this guy who thinks, we did it. He does a whole little pose. We did it. I guess we'll never know. Yeah. It's always easy. It's like, dude, shut up, dude. Like, you're so ungenuine. Man. It's like ridiculous, man. Like, respect. You won the title. And then you got really injured East, but it is what it is. Everybody does. You got to take advantage of what you got. But you weren't even the best player on your team.
It's true.
I'm sorry. Right? I'm not hating. It's just true. I mean, it was Jaylen Brown. You didn't show up to game 6 or whatever. Utah selecting Isaiah Collier at a USC. He's finally off the board, going 28 to Utah.
And watch Boston get Filipowski from Duke.
No, at 29. It's not. Sham's tired. You can tell he put 28 twice. It's 29. Utah taking Isaiah Collier at point guard, which is a good move. That's Danny Ainge, right? Danny Ainge is Utah, isn't he?
Utah, correct.
Yeah, so there you go. Danny Ainge pick there. It's a solid pick. This guy could have been in the top 15 first round. You got him in the end of the first round here. And here comes Boston. Once we know Boston's pick.
Boston's going to get
Kyle Filipowski. I'm going to say it. That's what I'm going with, which pisses me off because I like him. Hopefully they go somewhere.
And don't be surprised. I mean, even with the Heat, don't be surprised if in the second round Bona's available, that they also go Bona.
Well, Bona, I was just looking at him, and Johnny Furphy, Kyle Filipowski are guys that I could see Boston going for here with this pick. Adam Bona, obviously, yes, still on the board, center out of UCLA. You can put him at the 4 again. You lost. You're going to lose Caleb Martin. Even though I don't think he really replaces Caleb Martin, you could go get a wing and who could start at the 4 or play at the 4 for you. But Bona still makes sense. But again, there's still some guys on here that. Oh, here we go. Okay.
Mañana.
Bendito. Melvin Ajinka is one that to keep an eye on. 6'7", 214 out of France. He's a shooting guard, but again, that size you can move him around.
You can move him around.
But Jurisic still on there as well. Another 6'7", 6'8" guy. 209, gifted player, wing player. That would just be a perfect fit as someone who can play, take up the role of a Duncan or whatever if you lose him, but also someone you could develop into a legitimate playmaker down the line. We are waiting on Boston again. First off, again, everybody who's been on with us and stayed on with us for this NBA draft round 1 on a special edition of East 10th Street Boys, straight out of Hialeah. Even though we're straight out of Franklin, Tennessee, and Philly. But, that's okay. We have Hialeah in our hearts. Always.
Let's see here. Once I know Boston's pick, we will announce it, talk about it, and dip.
Deep.
And dip. Dip the dick nut.
I got Boston going with. I hope they don't get Tyler Smith. I'll be pissed if they get Tyler Smith.
I think it's gonna be the guy. My guy is. I think it's gonna be Filipowski. Even though they got, they got.
I think it's Popowski.
But Al Horford could be off the board. Al Horford could be out of there, and that would be a solid flip. And that's such a. Yeah, as much as I do, like I said, I hate Boston. I give a lot of respect to Brad Stevens. I mean, what he was able to do, going from the bench to the front office, and
oh yeah,
all power to him. Let's see here. Waiting on the Boston Celtics. Oliver, thank you for tuning in, my man. Appreciate you. Hanane. Shout out Hanane, brother. Appreciate you, my man. Thank you for watching and joining us and making a comment there. Hope you've enjoyed the NBA draft as much as we have, at least round one. I'm excited about to find out what happens tomorrow. It starts at 4 p.m. Eastern, I think.
4 p.m. Eastern, yeah. Wow,
dude, that's early. That's going to be awesome because that's why we're like, I'm still going to be driving. Yeah, so will I. I'll be driving home from work, So after the Heat pick would probably be a lot better, but which I think will be a good idea. It's just, or we could always wait till whenever, Sunday or whatever.
I know we could do a reaction quick. We'll figure it out.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
Let me see what they pick, bro. I'm intrigued by this.
Yes, I'm very intrigued by the NBA champions, Boston Celtics. There's the one Boston fan hanging out at the draft. So cool to see. My back. That almost looks like Roger Goodell celebrating with the Boston Celtics in that picture. Hell no. All right, the Celtics are making the 30th pick. No trade, at least as for now. See, 2 minutes, 25 seconds remaining. There it is. It is a guard out of Creighton, Baylor Schreiman. 6'6", 202.
Nice.
Creighton. So there you go. They got a guard. Let's go ahead and pull up his stuff very quick. There we go. Am I saying that right? Creighton? Creighton,
yeah. Creighton.
Okay. 6'6", 202. Let's see here. He played some point guard at the mid-major level. While recording numerous double-doubles last season, brings an interesting things to the table as a rebounder and passer for a player who might be the best movement shooter in the draft. He's a dynamic perimeter shooter who shoots the ball at a high level on the move while contributing with his versatility and feel for the game on the wing. So, absolutely a Celtics move. It's a player that you would think would probably get cut by the Celtics in a couple seasons. The Heat pick him up and then turn him into a star. But there you go. What do you think of this pick?
Not bad. Well, it's a role there. Now you're talking about Derek White's extension. Are they possibly Pritchard maybe? So there's a lot of they do need guard play. Even though they're very solid the guard play, I thought they were going to address the front court. Maybe they address the front court in free agency or whatnot in regards to player availability. But hey, if it's I trust Brad Stevens and what he sees and Joe Mazzulla, great coach. He really is.
I would be lying. Do I want him to fail? Absolutely, but that's not. Let's be real.
But you got to recognize
they're a good 1-2 punch. 100%. Respect to those two guys and what they're doing over there in Boston.
And there's just a lot of talent, bro. There's a lot of talent for the next 13 picks. There's a lot of talent.
Oh, dude, I cannot wait. Again, we'll work it out tomorrow. We'll figure out what time we're going to do. Well, maybe right after the Heat pick, we can hop on and do a quick 30-minute thing or something about their pick.
For sure, bro.
Probably between the two and what could happen next. But guys, first off, again, everyone who's tuned in, thank you so much for coming on with us, staying with us, commenting with us. The Miami Heat selected
Khalil Ware.
Thank you. My head is out. Pride. Khalil Ware out of Indiana, 7 foot, should shoot from 3, from the inside, dunking, lob threat, defensive player. Very excited, very exciting. The first round was very exciting. A lot of I don't want to say head scratch, a lot of eye raises. Whoa, they took him. Okay, so it was very interesting. There's still a lot of good players still on the board as we close this out. Alex, any final thoughts before we come back tomorrow?
No, man, I'm just excited because there's still some talent out there. So Miami has the option. They might not be there at 43. Miami has the option to move up probably and select the player that they have envisioned. Obviously, being Tyler Smith. Is it Taylor Smith? Tyler Smith?
Taylor Smith? Tyler
Smith. I'm just hoping that if that's the case, they do move up and don't pass up on it. But I'm just excited because there's a lot of possibilities still with our 43rd pick.
Absolutely. So again, Filipowski's still there. Talking about a 4. Again, I mean, man, if they go double the size, I would. I would be super happy, bro.
Oh, man.
We talked about Bona, but I don't think that's out of the question. But hey, we'll be back tomorrow after the Heat's pick. We'll figure it out, but we will be back to react to it. Alex has convinced me. But until then, guys, we appreciate you. Thank you all for tuning in. Do me a favor, hit that like and subscribe button, and we'll see you tomorrow night.
Peace out.